The following mission files have been declassified for the use in training by recruits at the Iron Wall Academies. This example of a Vanguard tour of duty will outline the threats and expectations that you will be required to address if you become part of the Wall. The dream of union is not dead within our galaxy. While some live with the assurance of housing, education, healthcare, and equal opportunities, alongside the necessities of access to food, water, and heating, others suffer under oppression and exploitation. As far as we have come, our fight is far from over. Therefore, we send our selfless ambassadors to travel the stars with an offer of a better life. Unfortunately, they are met often, too often, with opposition and lethal aggression. We must be there to protect them, to allow them to retreat safely when their offers are rejected and repaid with murderous intent. This is why we must be first to stand and last to fall. Note well, recruit, what it is to be one of us. None of us became a brick in the wall through funding or favor. When you are cemented into the wall, it will be because your fellow pilots have validated you. Not command and not union. Good luck, pilot. We are the Wall. Commander Kenza Eleth, Iron Wall Academy, Cradle.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lancer, the Iron Wall Adventures at Chaotic Neutral Games. I'm Simon, your GM for tonight, as we join Ed, Vic, Sean, and Rodrigo with their adventures in space. Ooh. Don't forget that you can help or hinder. Oh, hang on. No, you can't. You can't use the channel points in this game. Instead, you have to roleplay in chat. Because even though it's session 1 for our players, it's also session 1 for you. The viewers, if they choose to, can be part of the Archangel Air Support Unit, or Angels for short. Feel free to RP in chat. We've got a couple of people who are veterans at this already, as you're able to continue alongside the main adventure with whatever the guys are doing in the Air Support Units. You have small Kestrel mechs, which I'll tell you more about in a bit, and you'll be able to help out by using !Angel Trigger and !Angel Fire when prompted to do so. As you go along, there will also be other commands that will be unlocked and invented specifically for you, as we did with our pirate game. But let's get started with the session proper. So, hello players, how are you all?
Hey, hello.
Hello.
A little bit stressed, just a little bit.
Yes,
very excited.
Apparently, the world did not advance 1 hour like I thought it was gonna be, and also my computer decided to die when I wanted to come in.
We have followed the tradition down to the letter, as both Sean and Rodrigo were doing last-minute stroking of their computers, whispering, calming sounds to their computers to make sure they worked. But yes, also I screwed up by confirming to Rodrigo. Yep, that's exactly. Yeah, I confirmed your maths with daylight saving times, which doesn't happen until midnight, so it's fucking useless for him today.
Rip. The time cube must be defeated. That's the only way we can advance as a society and as a species. We must kill the time cube.
Oh, and hello, Stygian. Welcome back. So, yeah, we are going to be playing Lancer. You guys are going to be starting off with your careers in the Iron Wall Security Battalion. That's the part that I've kind of injected into this. Other than that, we are playing Lancer proper. And so there's no different galaxies or major deviations from it all. If it's in the Lancer book, it exists in this universe. So we have a little bit of a background that I'll talk you through just to set the scene. I know you guys have done session 0, but most of the people here haven't. Two of the viewers have. So you are Union auxiliary troopers, effectively. But you don't work directly for Union. You're a pro-Union faction, but you are not a member of Union in terms of the direct lines. You're stationed in the backwater mud planet of Kadabos 3. Now, for those of you who are following the Lancer geometry, good luck to you, it's big. This is the Animite line near Fujai Lai Leng Blink Station. Okay, you are far out. Yeah, the Animite line, I think, is something like 11th out. So it's very, very far. This planet is so remote and cut off from the trade lanes, that they don't have access to the Omninet in the same way that you've been accustomed to. They fire data packets instead of having a live link to it. So they haven't got the relay stations yet. So be prepared for some shenanigans there. This planet has barely heard of Union. Printing technology was introduced to this planet about 20 years ago. They pretty much took it from the Cosmos, Cosmopolitans, so you guys know who they are. For people who don't know the Lancer setting, Cosmopolitans are the kind of the nomadic sub-like travelers, and they do a number of different things. They're explorers. These are ambassadors, these ones in particular. And when they introduced printing technology to Kadabos 3, the people of Kadabos 3 took it and then refused to continue negotiations. It was like, thank you, no longer going to talk to you. The Cosmos, however, are persistent, and they now inhabit a small tract of land they received in return for the printers. It's called Silver Ridge. They send out emissaries with gifts of food and luxury goods that aren't found on this brutal and essential world. However, even with all this, the progress is slow because this planet, very interestingly, has no central government. Instead of winning over a central government for the planet or countries, they have to win over every single tenement-riddled town or Warren-like village. So, exhausting. You guys have been here for about 6 months. It's been a bit of a milk run so far. The occasional criminal, a herd of bilgers to be destroyed. Bilgers, by the way, are hippo-sized rats. Lovely planet. Lovely planet. And some of you may think this is easy money, or you may find it boring as hell. It's not exactly, if you're looking for heroics, a place where they are forthcoming. The landscape also is not mech-friendly because it's mud everywhere. You can be stood surveying as part of your patrol and find your mech is up to the ankles in this mineral and oil-rich mud that makes this world appealing for export if you are so minded, but not really for your kind of exploration. However, things have become more interesting lately. Children currently are being born with deformities, and adults are finding small mutations growing on them. With no formal government, each settlement is doing the best they can to research this, but without being able to effectively communicate their successes and failures to each other, the work to find an answer and a cure for these conditions has been multiplied. With frustrations and fear rising, everyone is looking for someone to blame. I wonder who. However, on top of this, Enter Emmett Hunter, the leader of the one and last religion to survive on this world, known as the Crucible. He's recently been preaching that the health conditions are due to the prolific use of printing technology, the gifts from Cosmos and the Union, and being exposed to Outworlders, like you, in general. He has proposed an immediate exile of all Offworlders, the destruction of all Offworlder facilities, and all artifacts and printing technology to be restricted to essential use only in remote facilities, regulated, of course, by the Crucible. As the situation heats up, you are currently out on a simple survey mission that you are doing to help out one of the settlements and hopefully get a bit of favor with them. That is until you get a certain message. The camera pans in, and we can see a hard mudflat. You've managed to find a nice kind of baked clay ridge for you to rest on. The 4 mechs that, even though they have the same chassis, the GMS Everest starting mech chassis, as your only license level 1 at the moment, they couldn't look more different. The Everest is the consummate starter mech, a whole Lego set, a kit box, which you can recalibrate and reconfigure to your heart's desires to make something that's personal to you. With your first license level under your belt, each of the Everest classes is different, and you're waiting because you already have qualified for your next license level. Yay, go large rats and bandits. The only problem is, of course, that the licenses will come through with the next data packet, which hasn't arrived yet. So, sucks to be you.
The licenses...
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. I was going to make a stupid joke.
So was I. The licenses and the next fucking episodes of the rom-com I wanted.
yes, definitely. So, as the camera pans into these 4 strange mechs, in front of each of the mechs, around a fire, are 4 similarly different characters. And this is where we're going to go into some descriptions. I'm going to go around the table as I see it here on Zoom. And I'm going to start with Rodrigo. The figure that they see there, can you please describe the figure that they see and the mech stood behind them?
Okay, so she looks to be around early to mid 20s. Haven't decided much around the age, but she's probably the youngest member of the crew and one of the younger members of the Iron Wall, regardless. All right. She has bleach white hair that it cut in above, like an above haircut. If you notice clearly, you would notice that the ends of the haircut are kind of frayed, almost like it was cut in a very quick and crude manner, right? And she is wearing the standard Iron Wall bomber jacket with the sleeves rolled up. Very pale. She has auburn eyes, and she is sitting at the imagine we're sitting around a campfire.
Yep.
I imagine that she managed to find a way to either sit on a log and still, despite being a campfire, she still sits very upright, legs crossed, very formal, very regal, right? Despite being in a shit mud planet and, being part of a an Union auxiliary force, but she does kind of carry herself like she's very formal, I want to say.
One thing I will say is that it's not quite a campfire, but we'll get to that in just a sec.
Yeah.
It looks like a campfire. As the camera's panning in, it looks like a campfire. And there's something turning on a spit in front of it. Next to Red is a very different figure. And Sean, I'd like you to describe your character and the mech behind it.
Sure. Yeah, hi all. The character is in his mid to late 50s. He might have to take issue with that. He fancies himself an old gunslinger. He's got grey hair, bushy, mostly black salt and pepper mustache. He's wearing a long grey overcoat, red waistcoat over a white button-down shirt. There's a gold chain around his neck with half a locket and an old wedding ring. And he's just wearing regular, everyday kind of jeans, as he's mostly just sitting casually and taking in the whole ambiance. Behind him is his Everest, which is painted to also kind of look like a regular working Joe, with jeans and a big red waistcoat. Bare arms, but a holster on the side, because, like I said, he finds himself a gunslinger.
Except this is a holster you can get a motorbike into. It's
a mech-sized holster. This is like, this is where my car goes.
I forgot to describe my Everest, Simon, by the way.
Yeah, we'll loop back around to you after Sean's finished. No problem.
Right. That's fine.
I think I'm done, yeah.
Okay. In that case, we'll loop back around to Red's Everest. How do you alter yours?
It's her Everest is painted white and red, right? Painted white and red. Very like simple colors, but her something you noticed is that there is some modifications on the outside, some batteries, some like extra like power generators slap outside the mech that's connected to the main reactor. And one of the things that do stand out is that there's a shitload of mech-sized knives and a big fuck-off sword holster on the back of this thing. On the back of this thing.
Next, going clockwise, is Vic. Again, a very different character and a very different mech. Let's hear about it.
Indeed. Very different character and very different mech. So, next to Judge, sitting sort of more kneeling, the sort of posture that, a warrior would take, just kneeling on their back legs. Is a very tall figure that from a distance looks human, or maybe like a heavily armored human, but when you come closer you realize a human it is not. Iona is around 6 foot tall cyborg, essentially, with a face that's been encased by a black helmet with LEDs on the side and a sort of hawk-ish plume of hair or feathers. No one really knows exactly. They're wearing a cape, and they carry themselves with this sort of calm curiosity about them. And they don't really speak unless spoken to. And behind them, the mech is like something from an Arthurian legend, but 15,000 years in the future. The mech itself is blue, but all of its sort of accessories are this golden orange color. The mech has a giant spear and a shield, as well as a similar cape to Iona with a sort of kerchief. And similarly to Red's, on the back of its sword it holsters a big fuck-off sword.
Yep. So we've met our 2 melees and our gunslinger. If you didn't think that these were all different, because you have a literal lancer in the Nelson type adjustment of Avalon, Iona's mech, and then you've got this katana wielding, many knife wielding, multi-armed at this point as well, because you can add extra arms as well, narratively.
It's not multi-armed. I like to imagine there's just like on either like on the shoulders or on like on the legs. There's like basically, those kitchen knife holders where you just put in the knife and then you just take them out.
So you
like
got
these
heavy maglocks, these electrical maglocks. You can just throw a knife in, it'll just go tink.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But to bring it all together, we have again a very different character that you would not expect in a mech at all. And I'd like to finish off with producer Ed to tell us about his character.
Leaning against the feet of a mech is someone you wouldn't expect to see. She is maybe 60, 70 years old, a shock of white hair, with some green-lensed goggles placed directly over her eyes. You can see the flashing from behind from whatever she's watching. She's dressed almost like Lara Croft. This like dirty tank top, camo cargo pants with pockets everywhere, leather strap with a bag on the side, and a big bomber jacket with like fur, like World War II style bomber jacket. She is Gladys, known as Goggles, and she is kind of the techie, tactical support kind of person of the group. She thinks of herself as the group's grandma, especially the two with the swords, because they're the ones who get themselves in trouble.
They're the young uns, bless them.
The mech she's leaning against is Everest. It's like identifiably Everest, but it has had everything.
Not really. The Everest chassis is the bit under the skin. There's no outside chassis for an Everest.
That's what I'm saying.
More importantly, GMS has thousands of them, and they're all adaptable.
That's what I'm saying. It is stripped down to the bare essentials. It is as
right.
light as possible, as movable as possible, painted in this mud brown so as not to stick out, with quite a large computer just strapped to the back, which is her. She may have stolen this from her last workplace, or borrowed. She's going to give it back.
Borrowed.
It's like taking a staple, isn't it? It's
Technically,
fine,
it's piracy because it's software,
give it back.
so it's fine.
You wouldn't download a computer.
You wouldn't print a mech?
You wouldn't print a mech. But yeah, this computer and as many like sensing arrays up top as possible.
Yeah.
I have
And
a very...
your weapon as well, very noticeably, Ed, the weapon
Does not fit
this.
at all. It is a long, sleek gun. Does not look like anything that would be on this mech. It is beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
Sorry,
Question.
Rodrigo, what was your question?
Does Goggles like supercomputer that she's carrying around in her Everest? Can it run Cyberpunk 2077 without?
Barely.
Yeah.
It can do Doom.
Yeah.
It can do Doom.
Doom, yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
of
think I
course,
wrote
of
Doom,
course,
but
of
yeah.
course.
It's well known that everyone has to switch down the
I want to
settings on
imagine
Cyberpunk
Red every
2077.
now and then just sheepishly asks Goggles, "Hey, can I play Doom?"
Yeah. Goggles off, chucked. Every time.
Oh my god!
You can see that a bookmark's been put in the latest rom-com or soap that Goggle's been watching. Yeah, it's like, because I need to play Doom because I don't get enough action in this giant robot. Hang on.
You can only kill rats so many times.
Hey, listen.
I'm sorry, I had to mention giant rats as a thing. You know, we come from
course.
D&D originally, so come on, we have to do that.
Yeah.
Would you say that that there are rats of unusual size?
A very unusual size. Hippos alone are scary, but hippo-sized rats are very scary.
the ROUSs?
Yeah, maybe they just want cheese.
Yeah, I had to
Anyways.
put them in. What can I say?
Anyways.
So you're all round, as I say, what can be very easily mistaken as a campfire. It's not. It's an afterburner from an aircraft, because lunch today, or actually supper today, is on two of your angels who have landed and are right next to you, and that is Hermit and Scorn. They had the food up and running before you guys met them at the rendezvous point. You're not entirely sure what this isotope-driven afterburner is going to do to the swamp dragon that they managed to put on a spit, which you're pretty sure is a landing brace of one of the aircrafts, but you're hoping they'll be able to put it back together, or your intel officer, Dizzy, is going to have their guts for garters.
Not a problem. They've got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's fine.
it's been as I say, a bit of a milk run so far. walk to said location, scan a thing, walk to another location, scan a thing. Occasionally, some of the wildlife's got a bit tasty with you, but a couple of shots later, let's just say sometimes you've had to chase them down and kill them for maybe a little bit of food. But, once you've tasted bilger for the first time, you don't want a second time. So, so yes.
Oh, this is especially rough for Red. Oh my god.
Oh no! Her palate is not accustomed to that.
No,
Oh,
it
yes.
sure isn't.
Anyone who's accustomed to the finer things in life is having a terrible time on Kadabos 3. However, that's going to change because, as you led me into it, as Red is playing Space Doom, there's a sudden, the whole thing cuts out and it says priority message and goes beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
I literally just popped my head out of the hatch just to call it goggles. Everyone, I think you may want to see this.
Stick
Goggles.
it on the projector. Just see if we can get some
Yeah.
project on the ground.
Yeah.
You reach up to Goggles, fiddle with one of the buttons, and suddenly from a center point between the goggles, a R2-D2 style projection ends up floating in midair, and you can see a Latina woman in her late 20s, and you see the cold and calculating tactical genius of Luisa Dizzy, or DZ, Mercado. She's usually your deployment officer and tactician. She also runs a lot of the sensor work that Goggles can't do, so things that code from orbit and so on, and she beams it down to... sorry, Kate.
Sorry,
channel
Kate.
points aren't loaded yet, not in session 1. And that's deliberate. We want people to become angels first.
Got him.
Sorry, you missed the intro where I was like, you can? No. And she says, I'm sorry to take you off your current mission. I know that you are almost complete. But I'm afraid we've got a distress call from Silver Ridge. The Crucible have finally done it. They've started marshalling forces together, getting the towns to put together what I can only describe as a lynch mob to head up to Silver Ridge and... Well, I don't know what they want to do with them, but Silver Ridge isn't hanging around. They've started rebuilding their ship, pulling in all of the various modules and pods. However, they're going to need your help. They're not going to get it done in time before the Crucible arrive. Unfortunately, there's a few extra problems. Ordinarily, to get you there, I would send down one of our cargo ships, which you know are already going off to the rendezvous point to get more cargo for us. And the orbital boosters that would normally bring you up to us, we tried to use them. We tried to send them down to Silver Ridge to see if we could get some of the modules up in space to start with and get some of the materials out of the way, things that we couldn't afford to leave behind. They were shot down by Crucible forces the second they entered orbit.
At once.
I'm sorry, but you're going to be yomping the entire way. Now, we have managed to plot a route for you. I'm afraid it's not going to be an easy route, but it is the fastest, knowing the capabilities of your current mechs. I'm afraid I still haven't got the reprints sorted out for your new chassis. But the good news is that the data packet arrived a few hours ago. So as soon as we decode it, we should be able to get your new mechs printed out. The good news is, I guess, that Everests are one of the fastest for this type of thing. And their smaller size, I guess, is going to be useful. Are your angels there?
Yes.
Scorn, Hermit,
Same as they've ever been.
sort out whatever it is you're doing down there and get into your kestrels. I need you to fly. Now. Get up into the air and start scouting for these guys. I need you to scout ahead. So you can see as Scorn and Hermit go up and probably burning their hands, have to pull this afterburner that's by this time overheated to a ridiculous amount and strap it back onto one of their own mechs. This is where I'd like to describe the Kestrels. So all of the viewers who decide to play Angels in this, and we know that you're playing Angels because you're role-playing with our guys in chat, and also tell us one thing that you're good at, Angels, because that is your trigger, if you know the Lancer system. And we may call on that. So we've got a combat medic and a Hermit. Scorm's an engineer, and Hermit's a combat medic at the moment. It's okay.
Oh,
to
thank
have more
God,
than
an
one.
engineer.
Believe me, you don't need it. Yeah, how do you think they made the shoilet? More about that later. But they start running. They start running towards what looks like, as I go for one of the many 80s references that will be sunk into this game. Paul very cleverly managed to find one of them already. Well done. Two very small light mechs. There's size 1 like yours, but they're very much thinner. There's hardly any armor on them. They're incredibly light. And they look like Starscream from Transformers. Okay?
Nice.
And I mean the old Starscream, not this new bullshit. The classic Starscream. Thank you very much. They start basically ramming this afterburner up what would normally be the butt of this thing and trying to screw it on, their hands burning. And then they clamber inside, and these two mechs leap up into the air, transform mid-air, turn into a pair of light reconnaissance fighters, and with the afterburners roaring, one of them with a really oddly colored flame now, they roar into the sky, scouting out the area around you. Kate, you can pretty much be good at anything that you think would fit into this setting. There are named triggers, but you can also make up triggers. So you can hold on for now and just narratively go, yeah, I'm a good chef or whatever, or I'm a survival expert, or I'm a hacker, or yeah, oh, I'm a negotiator. Yeah, that's what I do.
Or a gamer.
And bring it in when you need to. So yeah. So the two current angels fly up into the air, and for the rest of you guys in chat, you can hear the scramble klaxon going off in the space station, telling you all to get ready and to check your kestrels to be flight ready at a moment's notice. You are
by
in
this point,
near orbit, by the way, so that you guys drop literally straight into the atmosphere and get to these guys in record time. Rodrigo.
yeah, I was gonna say after the message is played, I'm gonna toss goggles back.
Nah.
Sure, no problem.
And just be like, well, fun time's over, I guess. I'm just gonna start rating up my mech.
I'll be honest, you can put your mech on autopilot and just have it follow mine, and I can stream to yours if you want to play on the way.
All good. All good.
Yes, they couldn't get rid of streaming. We've gone through several catastrophic events for the human race, but streaming survived.
I'm really afraid. Like people still remember that issue where the NHP managing Twitch.tv started cascading. That was a huge deal a few years ago.
It was an odd day, yeah. I mean, I'm just glad they brought back Stadia-like things for the 700th time.
Yeah. Vines came back. It was a whole thing. It was fucking crazy. By the way, NHP means non-human personalities. That's a all-encompassing word for AIs and related software-based near life forms. And the cascade is when they go wrong. More about that later.
Well, hopefully not.
Suddenly
This
we're
is a
playing.
tool that will help us later.
Suddenly we're playing Mothership.
Oh god.
Oh.
Daisy day.
Oh.
Anyway. Non-human persons are persons too.
You will make a great asset for Horus, Caffeine.
Oh god.
I love Horus. Battle for life. Anyway, you guys start yomping in a way that you have got very accustomed to. That strange kind of impact and then lurch as you hit the mud with these very heavy machines. Always feeling like you're just about to tip over, and then you take another step, and then you're just about to tip over, and then another step. You've had to do quite a bit of recalibration as you're going along.
I would like to point something out.
Mm-hmm.
Simon, because Iona has Bulwark mods installed on Avalon already, which is a Nelson system, I ignored difficult terrain.
Yeah.
So
you are the Legolas of the group.
So it's me, like, and a couple, like, you know, like a couple steps back, just the group, and just like, Iona's not the type of person to yell at them like, when are you gonna catch up? But like,
Yeah,
they would.
Yeah, just that kind of expectant look back, as if to say, "Oh, come on," and then having to walk around in circles so that you don't start sinking, because you ignore difficult terrain, but you'll still sink if you stop. For a long period of time. But I'm glad you told me that you had those mods. Actually, I did not know that. You start yomping along. You've been yomping for a long, long time.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
I was
Why
about
are
to
you
say, what do
starting
you
the
do?
song again? You've already sang it 4 times.
Yeah, how about a new song?
I have a problem with silence, I suppose.
Right,
I'm not
but
saying be silent. I'm just saying have a new song.
I
I've
don't
got
know
plenty
any other
downloaded.
songs.
I've got loads of stuff.
By all means, please.
Why do I think that Goggles is the type of person to have downloaded campfire songs and marching songs?
I would have them, but we're going to go with this. There we go.
So, I was going to ask, what do you guys like on the road? Are any of you more antagonistic? Are some of you more kind of entertaining? What would you say?
Red is pretty reserved, right? It's part professionalism, part not used to this. I like to imagine she tends to keep to herself and not really engage in conversation unless talked to. But she is probably more proactive than Iona is. Yeah, I want to imagine by this point Red it's jumping through the fucking, through the mud for hours. So I'm gonna imagine Red probably put her Everest on autopilot, turn off the subjectivity link between her and the Everest, so she can just chill, for lack of a better word, right, while walking through the mud.
So, you are jumping your way through, and you're getting there. You're kind of taking your way through, and as you're doing that, you're getting updates from Dizzy, so there's a few things that do get told. First of all, the Crucible are asking people to use the technology that they have available to them to, apprehend and detain, is what they're saying. However, they have been sowing a certain amount of vitriol around this to the point where you know that things are going to get out of hand. There's no discipline here. Again, no central government, no accountability. If they find you, chances are they'll attack you.
I know I should have gotten that cloak.
You know enough from previous experiences with them that many of them have been kind of boiling over with the recent propaganda, that they've wanted to attack you anyway, and now they're just being given permission to. And I'm sure they'll just claim that you shot first or something.
Recently, they had been a test of willpower for Red. So
now the good thing about this is that the majority of mechs that they have are POS. They are not great, and they are, for the most part, utilitarian. They are lifter mechs, building mechs, portable printing mechs to print structures. You know that Silver Ridge, for example, has a giant printed balustrade wall around it. These exist now, by the way, concrete printers. You can actually print a building with a concrete printer, which is just a giant hose, effectively, that just keeps going back and forth, laying down the quick setting cement foam. That kind of thing. Most of them, you can't think of many that would have offensive capabilities. There are some that you kind of start talking to Dizzy, going, oh, hang on, we got to stay away from this area because they've got lumber mechs with giant chainsaws. You've got other areas where they are used to cut through rock and other such things. So you're kind of deciding what they're going to have. But for the most part, you're not that worried. What you are worried about is a mob at the gates at Silver Ridge. The guys at Silver Ridge have a couple of mechs. Again, these are even more template Everest standard infantry mechs. And you know that the Cosmos, they are great in space. Technologically minded, great in zero-G, hydroponics masters. They've got a really good skill set with regard to that, and they are fantastic in terms of inventing their own cultures. In Session 0, you saw some of that by the fact that they, during their long hauls, they invent new fashions and drinks and things like that, things that they can offer to people when they land. They prepare for this. What they aren't good at is things like terrestrial fighting. Fantastic in space, not very much here. Thankfully, Silver Ridge does have some turrets that they literally just took off the sides of the ship and turned them into terrestrial turrets that should be able to hold back forces. But after a while, if it's a big enough mob, even that won't be enough. Also, once the turrets start firing, it's pretty much an onslaught.
Yeah, question from Iona to DZ.
Yeah, sure. How can I help you, pilot?
Yes, milady, I would like to ask, since there is a possibility of a mob, will we be able to avoid lethal means of action?
I would say that the best thing to do would be to use intimidation tactics to show your strength up front and show that they should not be applying themselves. However, if they do insist on fighting, it is part of the creed that we will fight and we will win that fight. If it means that you have to tear their mechs limb from limb and return any fire even to individual infantry units, then that is the expectation. We will keep our people safe first and foremost. Those are our orders.
Iona goes quiet for a moment, but salutes and thanks DZ anyway.
I do assure you that we will do everything in our power to prevent this, but arguably the Cosmos have already done that, and they still haven't been receptive.
Thank you.
You start to enter what is a twisting, almost like mangrove type swamp. Your sensors start going wild as the organics shoot up. These are part of these kind of oil mud flats. You can see that there's a slight iridescent sheen on the bark of the trees as they actually adopt some of the minerals into their bark, almost sweating the oil out and drying to this crystalline edge. You've actually watched as these lumber mechs have gone up, and as the cutting blade goes into the tree, it sprays this strange, almost rainbow-like crystal dust as it hits the outer layer before hitting the wood proper. In a way, it's kind of beautiful, but it's beautiful in amongst a lot of brown and sludge, and in some cases where the oil kind of bubbles up to the surface, mostly it stays in a layer in the mud. But when it bubbles up to the surface, you can see that it completely kills some of the more delicate life forms on this planet. Other life forms, on the other hand, have actually adopted to it. You have seen that there are swamp crabs that again have this oily sheen and have strange mineral colors, blues and purples, even in the flesh itself. You have had to test quite a lot of these things before you can try and eat them.
Blech.
You find yourself on one of these trods, because there are trods that go through all of the swamps. You've learned to look for them and utilize them whenever possible. Some of them are quite old, but even the old ones are better than having to, yomp it out yourself. And at that point, I would like to point you to roll 20.
Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Getting in early, huh?
Oh no.
Yeah, we're getting in there early.
So I'm going to transfer you guys over to a map.
Oh boy.
So this map is provided to us by Neutral Party Art. You can find them on Twitter. You can find them on Discord. We'll give them some love later on Twitter. So if you can't find them now, don't worry. You'll be able to find them later. And I love their map style. I've used them for D&D and a bunch of other things. And the majority of the maps I'll be using for this will be from Neutral Party Art because they are lovely. Now, as you guys can see, you are in the middle of a... Let me just click you and centralize you. You are yomping through this swamp. And as you can see around you, there are fallen logs and things like that that you can kind of use, but they can be kind of slippery. They can make your mech fall over. You don't want to damage any of your servers and things, just in case you do get attacked when you get closer to Silver Ridge. The reports from your two angels are that there aren't any mechs anywhere near here at the moment. They have done a complete visual scan of the area, and it seems to be okay. So you are absolutely safe, and there is nothing to worry about at all. Yay.
I'll start a new game then.
As you get to this particular area where you are on the map, there's a strange static that comes over the comms. It interferes with some of your systems, and it normally is present around powerful powerful power signals, power sources. And this wouldn't mess with you unless it was somewhere very nearby.
As soon as it starts, Iona the mech just reaches out, just like okay, stop. Let's stop whatever we're doing.
Okay. I'm going to say you're traveling left to right, so if you were at the front here, I'm going to rearrange a few of you.
Okay.
Of course. By all means.
I am going to force that these are your starting positions.
Okay.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Traveling 2 by 2. At this point, you can feel this kind of crackling, strange signal, and you know it's something to do with technology. You look up, Scorm and Hermit are nowhere near you at this point. They're up in the air, and also they're small mechs. They can't form this kind of interference.
Goggles, do you think someone's jamming our extraplanetary communication or something along those lines?
It doesn't feel intentional, but I'll try and give it a scan anyway. I will engage the computer and set all the sensors going, trying to find what's the cause of this.
Let's have our first Roll20 roll of the campaign. Give me your sensors roll.
Okay. Would I get accuracy for having my computer?
You would indeed.
Lovely.
Ooh.
So
It
plus
is
grit, which is +1. An accuracy, which is an extra d6 on top of that.
Nice.
Any of my triggers count? I've got spot or investigate.
Spot would definitely be it. Either spot or investigate, actually, for this one.
Well, that's good because they're both the same.
Beautiful.
How does a 19 work?
A 19.
Wow.
One off a crit.
Hey.
So just to tell the guys who are the viewers, if you get a 20 or above in this game, it is a crit. So it's not a natural 20 on the dice. Anything above 20 is a crit. Anything above 10 is a regular pass. And that's as simple as that. Very simple to use. So yeah, I can tell you that there are 3 power sources nearby, and they are approaching. However, when you check with your angels, nothing can be seen.
Okay.
Before we get started, I would like you to declare, are any of you taking a sidekick? So have you chosen a sidekick so far?
I haven't chosen a sidekick. The way I was gonna do it is, it will be the opposite. Whoever wants to be my sidekick can go ahead.
Exactly.
So I know that Douglas is Ed. So,
Yes, I'm stealing Paul.
Yeah. Okay, you're stealing Paul. So Douglas is Ed. And any of the rest of you would like to reserve a viewer? Viewers, if you're willing to be a angel, say now.
If you want to help Red cool down, literally, apply now.
I think for Red, which one of the two was? I think it was Scorm was the engineer. I think Scorm should be Red.
I don't. I mean, I don't want to reserve anyone. If Scorm is happy with that, I'm cool with it.
Okay. Yep. In that case, Scorm, you okay being Red sidekick for now? You can kind of change around. Hermit's the medic. Hermit's the medic. So I've got Ed with Douglas. Okay. Red has Scorm. Who would like to help Iona? How about we give Iona Hermit?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
And
Sounds disgusting.
last we have is for Sean. If anybody would like to help out Judge, please say in the chat, and we will have you as their sidekick as well. The rest of you can get a chance to attack during this game as well, and we will get to that as we come up to it.
Okay.
So, yes, Goggles.
Goggles.
You have checked. Okay, we'll give Kate then. So Kate, you are
Nice.
you are
Hey!
Sean's sidekick. We will.
Is it a
we will take you through
coincidence
it. This is session
Kate
one.
is helping Sean when Sean's playing a cowboy?
No, I don't know. I don't know why y'all mean.
Hermit, well done. Thank you very much. You have because you guys go, oh, hang on, this looks weird. You press your engage button. Hermit and Scorn, who are already here, suddenly get a blip on their scope saying prepare for combat. And Kate and Douglas, you are sat waiting in your launch bays. There's a sudden engaged and you drop out of the sky. I'm thinking like Battlestar Galactica kind of thing, as you shoot out at speed and enter the atmosphere. You'll be here for round one.
So, if I have coordinates, I am tagging, I am sending to everyone, I'm building the battle map.
You have no coordinates
Okay.
at 19. One more and you would have.
Okay.
What I will give you is that there's at least one to the north and the other two are kind of to the south.
Okay.
That's all I'll give you.
1 north, 2 south. Form up.
All right. So I think Iona would be on the front, obviously, as a skirmisher with Red, I assume.
Mhm.
Yeah, same.
So
The problem is, where is the front?
good question.
Good fucking question.
Probably 2 to the south, right?
Yeah, south is definitely our front.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I will allow you all one move, and then we will go into initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
It's an honor to fight beside you, Madame Eden.
You know what, I'm just gonna sit in the middle. Just gonna
Oh
take a
no,
step.
no, I didn't say Eden. I didn't say Eden. I said Red.
Who the hell
Okay.
is
I
it?
don't want. I don't want Red to hate me.
I'm gonna stay
You just
here.
get an uncomfortable silence. It's like one of those silence that grows, like gives you a pit in your stomach.
All right.
Before she just replies with, "Okay."
I'm gonna pull down 1.
Okay. Cool.
The mud around you starts to shift and move in a number of different areas. You're not quite sure which of these would correspond to the locations that Gladys has told you, Goggles has told you. But you do see that as you look at one of them, a strange little scout drone pops up, completely harmless. Can't be programmed to combat. Literally, that you can't find enough. These little drones are just made for swimming around in the mud and looking for oil deposits. There's very little else that you can pack into them. Certainly not a weapon. And they certainly can't be the source of this power. As you are looking in its direction, it starts to change course and starts to swim in a very odd way. It's swimming inefficiently, as if it's trying to make as much splashing and eddies as possible. We're going into
Can I-
initiative now,
Okay.
Okay.
which means that we are going to go proper Lancer style, and that is you guys get a turn, I get a turn, and we keep going like that until everyone has taken a turn. It starts with you, but there's very little to do.
Yeah.
Who would like to go
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, I was gonna suggest Goggles go first.
Oh, okay.
Unless Iona, what do you have planned?
My plan was to throw a warpike at the drone to stop it. So whatever you have is
I was
probably
just
better.
going to take a load of search actions. just to try
They
and
go ahead.
find these
Yeah,
things.
I like that a lot better than throwing the spear.
Yeah. Vic, I will say that Iona will identify that this drone is not a threat. The only thing that this drone does at the moment seems to just churn up the mud.
Because my sort of way of thinking was, okay, it's trying to get something's attention. So, maybe offing it is a good idea.
Ooh,
You have a
that's-
feeling that it's almost trying to get you to aim for it.
Alright.
I'm going to
Maybe we
say
don't
it's
wanna
so
provoke these
obvious
guys.
that as you raise your war pike, you have a feeling that it's probably best to keep the war pike where it is because it'll be more useful in your hands. So I'm going to give you that for free because it was part of the introduction.
Thank you.
Don't throw a good melee weapon away.
It comes back, it's fine.
So yes, if I'm up first, I'm going to spend my first quick action searching south.
South, sure. In that case, give me another roll.
Yes.
This time it would be a spot, but they're both the same for you.
Yep. So +1 for grit, +2 for spot. 17. Probably not.
17.
Ooh.
You know that there is. I'm going to use hexes for distance, by the way. You know that one of the power sources is within 4 hexes of you. To the south.
Right, okay. 4 hexes of me.
Within 4 hexes of you.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's right in front of me.
Yep.
In that case, I am going to take a moment to shift here, take out my beautiful, beautiful Veil rifle, aim, and shoot my 2 friends.
Whoa!
This kind of shimmering energy moves along the length of it and kind of covers my 2 friends in this shimmering, almost mirror-like energy. It goes haywire in radars. It's not on me.
Yeah, it's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the size of the edit square, the little ninja masks actually go to the right of your character.
Oh yes, they do. Of course they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because hexes, go figure.
Yeah. And then I'm going to shift back to where I was.
Sure. So yes, Goggles shoots forward, pulls out this rifle. If you hadn't already done a lot of training in boot camp with Goggles, you'd be like, "What the hell are you doing?" This strange and beautiful beam weapon fires straight across, and I think I can use the. But there we go, the ruler. Fires straight across 10 hexes. Actually, it's very.
Oh my god.
And you guys start disappearing in strange cloaking energy.
Yep. So I've only got 5 movements, so that's where I end up. And that's me done.
Okay.
So that means one of mine gets to go.
It's going to be the one to the
Do we
north,
wanna-
isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, why would that happen? I'm sure it's not that.
Oh, and I almost
Coming
forgot.
out of the swamp. Oh, go on.
No, sorry, I'm just playing music.
Okay. Coming out of the swamp is a large addition to what would normally be a GMS Everest frame. They bulked out the main torso, the arms are also bulked out, and it's got a strange dome-like appearance, and it has a strange kind of, I guess, like a poncho over the mech. And coming up from underneath one of the arms seems to be a tank, as in a gas tank or a liquid tank. I would like one of you, reflexively, and I'll only allow for one, but you can just say who has the luck to be able to get the right angle, to try and identify the mech. I will accept any trigger that will allow that. Or you can pass it to an angel if you believe an angel would know more about mech types.
I think an angel will know more about mech types in my case.
Okay. Well, Scornfuse is an engineer. We don't know what Kate is yet, and we don't know what Douglas is.
Oh, we do know what
yet.
Douglas is. Douglas
what's
is a
Douglas?
demolitions expert.
Oh, a demo expert.
Oh, hell yeah.
I didn't
Nice.
catch that.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't touch that. Okay, demo.
Okay.
Demo. Medic. You know what? A medic and a tinkerer is exactly
It's just
what
the
Storm
angels are
and-
just the fucking mercs from TF2.
Oh my god, yes!
Okay, I'm going to get Scorn Views to do it. Scorn, can you please type in !angel trigger as you try to identify this mud and oil covered mech?
Engineer gaming.
The engineer is
And
engineer.
it's a 4. You can't tell shit from here. Yeah, it's so covered in mud, and this weird poncho thing is actually, kind of covering its silhouette. It's incredibly hard to
Try,
tell
Storm.
what it is. You don't know what it is, which means that these guys are completely unprepared when it straightens the arm in front of it. And you can see this spray nozzle underneath the hand.
No.
Oh fuck! Is it a
Um,
flamethrower?
Let me get this right. So it's that. Okay, cool. So I am going to roll for this, and that is
We're so fucked.
Too bad, too
1d20,
bad, too bad.
and it's only +1 for this. So 1d20 +1, and it is going to hit. It's going to attempt to hit. I think it gets a good shot at all of you. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh god, it's a combo.
The two that were hit with my Veil
Oh.
rifle have soft cover, so
Soft
it's minus
cover,
a d6 for that.
Minus a d6 for those. I will roll individually for each one. Actually, I
God.
don't get slip. That's the one I don't get.
We should always
because-
start in
Oh
a
my
line.
god.
Yeah, because slip. Let's see. It goes 1, then 2.
Slip
yeah,
just
Yeah,
slipped through.
I think the only one I don't get is slip. Even though you are within 5, it's the weird shape of the hexes that has saved your butt in this case. So, let's do some rolls. So this one is to hit Judge.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
I appreciate both the
That's a
tactics
7.
and the fact.
So that doesn't do it. And then this one is to hit Red.
Oh motherfucker!
A critical hit! Oh! Starting as we mean to go on. And then, once again, for Iona. 25, 2
Motherfucker!
miss! Ow, okay.
Karma from my internet issues.
Oh my god.
So, this one gets a total of 4 heat. And
Oof.
Wait, who gets 4 heat?
it.
Yeah,
The
it takes
enemy
4
gets
heat
Oh,
to
thank
the
God.
flamethrower.
However, both of you have just got. Let me see. How does this work?
Uh-oh.
How does
no.
criticals work with burn? Do you double the
Oh.
damage?
But, oh,
no.
Not
Critical,
again.
Fucking
No,
not again.
not
Simon,
burn.
critical only affects if you have to roll for it. If
Yeah.
it's a static damage, it doesn't. It's just
In
it
that
just
case,
does the normal damage.
you lucky bastards, because both of you get 3 burns. So both of you lose 3 hit points now, and you are on fire as you are doused with the oil that is being harvested from these mud flats. You're on fire.
Yeah. I won't lie.
Kind of ironic that the two that got shot are the ones that getting hurt, right?
I was, while we were walking, I was going to say, Iona was going to say, none of you have a lighter or anything, I hope.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
You did a plus 1d6, not a minus
I
1d6.
did. It wasn't a minus. I got to re-roll. You star. Well done. Well done. Hang
Oh,
on.
thank God!
Oh my god, Ed, where will we
I hit
with
the
it?
wrong button. Let's see how this goes.
Bless
So
you.
a 3.
Yes.
That was for red. And a 13. Does a 13 hit Iona?
And unfortunately does.
Okay, so
I've
got
only-
one of you. I got one of you.
Only Iona is burning, so you're on burn 3. So yes, thank you, Ed. I was about to say, hang on, how did that happen? Well done. It's,
Magnificent bastard.
yes.
Reg back.
What I'm
yes,
here for.
Okay, in that case, Iona, take 3 points of damage, and you are now on fire. Red and Judge, you duck out of the way behind some foliage, which then catches on fire. That was my turn. What are you doing?
It's my turn now.
Well, that was said so pointedly as
Yeah,
well.
there's
I
a
love
tone there that I appreciate.
After seeing Iona get set on, like Mech getting set on fire, you just hear like a hiss on the comms from Red Side going, "Oh, big mistake." And I'm going to, let's see, let me see. I'm going to walk. Imagine this whole area is difficult terrain, right?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so I'm just gonna jump down to 1 hex because thanks to my external batteries, I can hit it from there.
Nice.
So, here comes the fun part. I'm going to barrage with my segment knives and the heavy charge blade.
Do it.
So,
Barrage being attack with basically all of the weapons using all of your actions.
Yep.
I will be the official Lancer translator.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Bless
'cause
you.
I was planning on doing it as well,
Appreciate
but
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Well, that's not good. The first roll is a 5. However, there's still 3 attacks left.
Right.
So, imagine 5 doesn't hit, right?
5 does not hit, no.
Okay. Miss. Cool. Confirm. Second attack with a segment knife.
Yep.
Come on. That's a 10.
A 10 does hit. These things are
Cool.
slow, but they do have some evasion because they are made for this terrain. So go for it.
Okay, so that's gonna be 1d3 plus 1. That's going to be 2 energy damage.
Yep.
Okay. And then the big one, the heavy charge blade, is coming down.
Yep. Go for it.
I'm gonna roll with a different one. I'm gonna roll with this one. That's a 9 to hit.
9 still hits.
Thank God.
Hit. Okay, so this one's gonna be. Let me roll this one. That's going to be 5 armor-piercing energy damage.
Ouch. Yeah, that definitely hits. And you start carving into this thing. These energy blades just starting to go crazy on this thing.
Oh wait, I'm not done. You forgot about something.
Of
I'm gonna
course.
overcharge.
Of course. Here we go.
What's that? Sorry, what was the?
I'm gonna
thing?
overcharge, so I'm gonna
here we
take
go.
1 heat, and I'm going to hit it with the fucking heavy charge blade again.
Nice. Go for it.
I get to press the feel the burn button. Yes.
Simon, that's a 19 plus 1. That's a critical.
Oh shit!
Oh my God!
And I get to
Holy
press
shit!
the crit button.
For those who don't know the way criticals work in Lancer, instead of doubling the damage, you basically roll damage with advantage. So I'm gonna
Yes.
roll the damage dice twice and pick the highest result.
Yep.
So I'm gonna roll 2 dice.
You got both my buttons super quickly.
Okay, so
I
that's
love
going
it so much.
that's gonna be what? 9 points of energy damage, armor piercing.
Ooh. That's very good.
That's a lot in Lancer.
Armor piercing.
Oh, I
Heavy
love
charge
this
blade,
game.
man.
How? How?
Oh, I know that look.
How? Oh my
I feel
god.
bad.
Dude, you killed my dude. Yeah, this is not a small mech that just came
yeah.
out of the ground, right? This is not a small mech. This thing comes out and it's, you know, it's a good what? Is it size 2? I think it's size 2. No, it is size
Yeah,
1. It is size
size
1, but
one.
it's like a roided size 1.
Gotcha.
And after spraying you all with flamethrower, and getting all heated up, you come in and just carve it to shit.
Yeah, I literally, it falls into the mud. Red literally pushes it down further into the mud and then sticks the heavy charge blade into it.
There is a stunned terrified silence from Mayoa as they say, "You have my thanks."
Yeah.
And then they sort of just like shimmy, just like a couple steps away, like, okay.
Yeah, so that's my turn.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Wow. I must admit, I am impressed.
You thought you'd got our measure by the session zeros.
I was hoping that I was going to suitably terrify you with what happened to Burn in the last.
Yeah, God,
season.
yeah,
To be fair,
please.
It sucked.
it was
but-
not great.
Many ants.
Anyway.
Burns awful. Burns
We
awful.
are going to find out if the rest of it is the milk run that it promises to be with Rodrigo's start after we take a 10-minute break. We
Oh,
will
boy.
see- actually, we should have it that Scorn has something to do, but all there is a dead mech. So, Scorn, if you could think of anything to do, put it into the chat. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we will see you after that. Welcome back. Yes, I'm shocked as well. We are back exactly on 10 minutes. And when we last left off, one of these mechs, an oil skimmer, now that you have seen it and seen what it can do, these mechs are supposed to go underneath the swamp into the mud layer and scoop up and pump up a load of oil. They also have an ability that is very useful to them, and that is they can do controlled burns to make sure that they can get rid of harmful swamp gases and the like. However, this controlled burn, which normally uses some of the oil that they've already collected, can also be used as a very horrible flame weapon, which people were subjected to. It missed thanks to Goggles using the one unknown starting action in the initiative to make two of the mechs near invisible, allowing them to duck out the way. One of them, Iona, is still burnt. Now, I've been watching chat during our break, and the thing that came out of this was that Scornfuse is trying to put out fire by spraying mud. So I'm going to say that, Scornfuse, I'm going to allow this. You're going to do a Top Gun style flyby. And instead, it's just like it's like on a rainy day when some prick knows that they're getting too close to the curb and they're going to spray you with that puddle. You're going to do this using the wash from your Kestrel, and you're going to attempt to spray Iona with mud. So this will obviously be a trigger of yours because you're a pilot. So give me an angel trigger to see if it happens.
Bang, bang, bang for my angel trigger.
I'm an angel with a shotgun right into the war swan. I don't care if heaven won't take
14 is above a 10.
Ooh!
So this is it was a bit of a stunt, but yes, Iona, you got the original burn damage, but you're no longer on fire. What you are is muddy as fuck. This huge tidal wave of mud and water sprays all over you, putting out the flames as this Kestrel comes down, dodges a couple of trees. Bear in mind there's mangroves here, and then flies back off again.
They can't see it, but Iona sort of salutes to them and then just sort of like, in the same motion, just sort of wipes the mud off of the faceplate.
I mean, you're inside the Everest, so you didn't get muddied, but...
I know, but the faceplate of the mech.
Oh, okay. Fair.
So, however, it is my turn. You
Oh, no.
watch as another one of these mechs surfaces. I love being able to switch layers on Roll20. And it breaks just as it's coming out of the water, and it's only going to move as far as here, just to the shore, and it's going to do the same thing again. So let me just do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it gets everyone this time.
It's measuring.
It does get everyone this time. Red has gone, and I believe Ed,
It wears off at the end of
it wears off at the
Red's
end of
turn.
their turn. Yep. So
Oh, thank God.
Red is not protected. Oh, I'm still on measure. One thing I always do get wrong with that. Iona hasn't moved, so Iona has cover still, soft cover. So I'm going to start off by attacking Judge. 7. Does that hit?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to attack Goggles. A 20. So, was that a natural 20? No, it's 19 plus 1. So, what would normally be a crit, but it is 3 burns. So, you are on fire. And please take 3 points of burn damage.
Yeah.
Shit.
Next up is Red. 9. Does that hit you?
That sadly does hit, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Take 3 points of burn damage, and you are on fire.
Cool.
And then finally, we have the Iona, who is hidden. So I need to do minus 1d6 on this. And with a 5, I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit.
Nope.
This huge spray of sticky black oil sprays all over you all. And then there's this sudden flash, like an arc, at the end of the nozzle. And it's the whole spray, because it's like a super soaker, but then it ignites. And this entire place is aflame. If you step on it, you would put it out because no one stamps out a thing into wet mud like a mech. But you yourselves are covered in it and on fire. But the ground is not a threat to you. However, this one is standing on solid ground. And as it takes its 5 heat, I need to make sure I put that on. Sorry, 4 heat. Make sure I put that on. It's important to these guys. He pulls his arm from left to right in a flourish. And if I just bring up my drawing tool, ends up setting the ground around it on fire. This is a firebreak shield. So this shield provides soft cover to all attacks. It doesn't block line of sight, and it has an extra effect when you try any attacks against it. It's just there behind this curtain of flame, and you can see through the small porthole in the front of this thing, a pressurized porthole, because this thing is meant to go underwater. You can see this unshaved, dirty-faced guy grinning this toothy grin to the point where you can see the gleam of a couple of gold teeth. So, yeah, that's what it did. You've got one of these oil skimmers now grinning at you. He's not even aware that you've killed one of his friends, which is slowly sinking back into the mud. And he's just there, happy that he's managed to burn you all. Who would like to go next?
If I may.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
First of all,
So,
I'm going to use reaction at the start of your turn to shout an order. Fuck it up!
Iona salutes.
Okay.
So you get an extra D6 if you decide to follow my order.
Sir, yes, sir. So. I would like to skirmish by throwing the war pike at it.
Okay.
And a couple things happen. The guy is within 3 spaces of me, so he gains the Exemplar's mark.
Okay. What does that do? Just to remind us.
Oh my
I'll look
God.
it up if you want.
Thank you. I knew it.
Okay, it gets hit with the Exemplar's mark as a free action. Yada yada. Okay, while that mech has the mark, you gain the Valiant Aid reaction. Whenever an ally attacks your mark and misses, you can use your reaction to have your ally re-roll the attack, but they have to use the second result.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Okay.
I was considering that one.
Okay. I will say that because Iona is up, Hermit, you're on deck. You can either use Angel Fire on the same target as your pilot, because they are using targeting data to get you to lock on. Or if there's something else you want to do, you can say something in chat. And I think this answers Douglas's at the question as well. You can just use Angel Fire to fire your spiker cannons, but if you can think of something else that would be useful, you can try that instead.
I love you, Hermit. I'm gonna talk to your butt.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! That's a crit.
This is a crit, and crits work different for the spiker cannons. So that's 4 points of damage to start with. Okay, I will apply that. So as Iona starts winding up for this attack, there's this as the spiker cannons fight. End up strafing across. I can use my measurement tool actually because you guys can see it as well. This strafe of fire goes across and hits this. I do need to quickly roll a d6 for shenanigans. Yep. It hits the guy from behind, and yeah, you can see there's a couple of holes in the back of this thing, Hermit. Yeah, karmic first blood from the Angel Fire command. Iona, what are you doing?
Beautiful. Yeah, so I'm gonna skirmish, right? So this thing has knockback 1 on it, by the way.
Yep, and remember this is soft cover, so you have to put a minus d6. If you have a plus D6, just
It
reduce
cancels
that
out.
by 1 down to 0, obviously, and go for the roll.
Okay, so it's a D20 minus a D6.
But you have my order, so that cancels out that minus.
Right.
Plus and
Thank
minus
you.
Roll
cancel
a
each
straight
other
D20.
out. Yep.
Thank you,
And
thank you,
then
thank
don't
you.
forget your grit as well.
Grit, yeah, and I have duelist, so that's
So that
plus 1 as
goes-
well.
It goes
Nice.
plus back
Nice.
to plus 1 accuracy. Nice.
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 All right.
if you do
To
this,
those
gives you plus 1
watching,
accuracy, so it's
everything
plus
is
D6.
busted in this game.
18. Wait, that's a 19.
Yeah,
19.
the orange stuff is a wall of fire, Douglas, and sorry, what was that, Iona?
19.
Was that with your
19.
plus a d6 for your thing?
Because it went plus minus plus.
That's
So you do get a
23.
There we go.
23.
The
That's
crit.
a crit.
That's a crit.
Roll for damage twice and take the higher result.
Okay.
Where's my button? Where's my button? I haven't got my
Oh
thing
yeah,
set
yeah,
up.
yeah. Crit
There's the button.
Yeah, there it is.
Yay!
Hey.
That's a 4.
4
So,
points of damage.
4 kinetic damage, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This thing has got a lot of armor.
And it gets knocked back 1.
Yeah.
It does get knocked back 1 as well, which puts it back in the thing. So it gets knocked the fuck back. You do some damage to it, just not as much as you expected you would.
All right. Well, that was just one skirmish.
So that was just one skirmish. This is true.
You have another
so-
quick action, but you can't do skirmish again.
Yeah.
Yes. So the type 1 projected shield only works on myself, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Shit. Okay. Well, that's less valiant than I would like it to be. But the guy has the exemplar's mark, so I walk up to him and retrieve my my war pike.
Okay.
Just like with the leg and just like.
Yep. You pull the war pike back into your arms. It is your turn, but you're not burning, so you don't need to take the burn damage. Is there
right.
anything else left for your turn? I don't think.
I mean, that was with the pulling out the war pike be still
No.
in the movement.
Yeah, I think.
So that was a quick action.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's it for me.
You do have a move. That's the only thing that I think you've got left, according to mine.
Yeah,
You know what?
can move.
I benefit for being in its face, so I would like to be in its face. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Sure. Okay. Okay. You pass through that. I'm just checking something. Nope. Passing through the fire shield doesn't do anything against it. So
Nice.
that's fine.
Fuck
That is
yeah.
absolutely fine.
We got you now.
So you.
How you like me now?
It's down to me again, and you started to split up, so it's causing me some problems. I am going to choose. I'm going to choose this one here to get up, but I have written a rule here that when you reveal one, you have to reveal both. So this
Uh-oh.
bit here,
Help.
a sinking
Oh, fuck.
feeling
Help.
because you didn't get the crit. This signal is actually 2 side by side.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Literally
fuck my ass.
1 point away from realizing that one of them was bigger than the other 2.
Oh my god.
So they do reveal at the same time because as they are both coming out at the same time. Obviously, can't do that in this initiative thing, so I just put it in its flavor. Yeah, this one is going to step up to here. It still doesn't get red, but for both Judge and Slip, I'm going to have to do 2 attacks against you.
Judge and Goggles or Colt and Slip?
Or Colton Slip, yeah, or Judge and Goggles.
Colt
I
is
will
the
get there.
nickname, Judge is the person name.
So
Got different
Judge,
names.
this is a 5 misses you. You got a look at the Irish, you really did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've got karma today for all these tech issues.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then
I do what I can.
Slip, I will remind you that burn stacks. So
Yeah, it does.
7, does that hit you, Slip?
No.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, thank God.
the same thing happens as left to right. It throws a shield between you and it. It's only 4 hexes long, so it's the 4 hexes that's mainly in the tail at the end. And again, the same grinning, dirty face. This one's closer. You can see bright red, ruby eyes on this one. And he's just spraying fire all over the place, trying to take you guys out. So that is Pyro number 3. What would you guys like to do? So the last 2 we've got left are
It's just no,
Judge
it's just
and...
Yeah, it's just me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Slip's gone, so it's just Judge.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Fuck him up.
I mean, I'm gonna try. Right. You know, I'm gonna
Oh
make
yes,
some
sorry.
magic.
Reaction start of your turn. Order. Keep yourself safe.
Alright.
You can return
the
it for
fact that
free
you're
if you
using-
don't want to follow that order.
oh, that's not gonna work.
All right.
But the fact that your leadership thing is careful.
Careful now.
Careful as you go.
Down with this sort of thing. I'm gonna use my jump jet system to move over a bit. I'm gonna move. I'm on the measure tool. I'm gonna go. I believe I'm gonna go here.
Yeah. So a pair of jets just shoot out the back of the torso and put you in a much better position for your ranged abilities.
I think it's worth staying away from each other in case they do that thing again.
I love the
Wow.
accent so much.
And then I'm gonna try with the hand cannon.
Hey, hand cannon's pretty good.
Alright, do I need to remember anything about this? Because it's been a while. I am a gunslinger. I gain +1 accuracy on my first Ox weapon on my turn, which is this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything else, so
I need to check something.
Okay.
Yes, your shot currently, if you're shooting this guy, it does.
Oh yes,
go
sorry,
through
I should have
his flame.
specified the guy closest to me within 5, which is the range of my pistol,
Yeah, sure.
my hand cannon.
Nice.
Big iron.
I'm gonna say, can your
Big
jump,
iron.
your jump jets, do they go in a straight line?
If they don't have the arcing tag, yes, they do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
In
they
that
do not
case,
have arcing.
if you want, you can get it because at the moment you're gonna go. You're gonna have to shoot through a shield.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, you can reposition yourself within the range of those jets to somewhere where you'll be able to shoot past the field.
Okay, let me put myself back. I was here.
Yeah.
2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna go 1 to the left, and then I'm gonna go diagonally up, which will be. I'm fine. Then I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'll take it.
That's a 20. That's a critical.
Hey.
Critical.
Yep. Go for it. And is this hand cannon armor piercing by any chance?
No, but it is reliable.
It is reliable.
But that doesn't help. Anyway, no longer
If you hit,
loaded.
reliable doesn't matter. Yeah.
So, 1d6. Is it plus anything? I forget.
It's roll 2d6 and keep the highest result.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna check for you right now. Relay
Boop.
and cannon. It's just 1d6.
Okay, so yeah, so a crit, it's 2d6, keep the highest.
This is a 5.
With 5 points of damage, yeah, you hit it. It's got a lot of armor. You think it was the armor piercing quality, damn you, Rodrigo, of the blade that cut through the other one so easy. You've done some damage, but thankfully, Judge, you've got a friend in Kate. So Kate, you are shooting through the atmosphere, your heat shield glowing like this huge ember, and as you break through the cloud cover and you can see these mangroves beneath you, you watch as the weapon on the player's neck fires, and as it does so, it tags a target. Please type in !Angel Fire. Or if you have something else you'd like to do, type it in the chat.
I used to have a website on Angel Fire.
GeoCities
So did
works
I.
too.
My first website I ever made was on Angel Fire.
I
I
knew I
GeoCities as
recognized
well.
that from somewhere.
Never forget the banner ad, man.
Oh yeah.
Back in ye olden days.
Okay, with a 9 to hit, she does manage to hit. But
Yeah.
you hear this ding 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 as she hits, but you don't think it's registered any damage.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That's
Uh-oh.
2 plus armor.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be busy today, aren't I?
Thank you for the intel, at the very least.
Hmm.
Alright, I've got another skirmish, so I will... Oh no, I clicked on the wrong tab and everything's gonna go bad. I'm gonna use my pistol real quick!
Oh no!
I'm sure we'll be fine. I don't get thingy, so it's just a straight 1d20 plus grit.
Yep, that's it.
Were you barraging, by the way?
On a 9.
No, I've 2 different weapons, sub skirmish.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, on a 9, no problem at all. You hit
Oh,
it,
really?
roll for damage. And also, is this armor piercing? Because these definitely have armor.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay.
No, I don't think it is at all, actually. But I do have one
Oh,
of
no.
those ready and waiting for my next time.
Like a Georgia peach. Hey!
3
We'll
points
take
of
it.
damage on a D3. Fantastic. However, it goes dung off the armor.
fuck.
Put the thing back in the holster and go, all right then. And I'm going to reach for the rifle and just hold it for next time.
Yeah, looks like small arms against these isn't going to do very well. Which means that your angels, that can only do 2 to 4 points of damage, might want to start looking at other tactics. It's almost as if I made the first encounter something that they can't help out that much with regular
Almost.
weapons, meaning that they have to use their imagination too to get into
Not like
this
you're
game.
the GM or anything.
Yeah, it's almost like it was intentional. So yeah,
How
start thinking,
interesting.
angels. How are you going to help against heavily armored, fire-based weapons platforms?
All right.
The second one jumps out of the mud and steps forward to get mostly these two here. So Iona and Slip in its sights, and it's going to go for. Iona has had the turn, so let's get rid of your soft cover that Goggles gave you, and let's go for some attack rolls. First of all, on Slip, a 3 definitely doesn't hit, and then on Iona, 17 definitely hits. You are burning again, Iona, with 3 points of damage. So take 3 hit points worth of damage, and you are on fire.
Oh yeah.
Combustible hit.
And
Oh,
it's going to
boy.
do the same thing as its compatriots have been doing. And once again, it's going to do 4 hexes worth of shield around it. And this is going to be in a crescent.
All round, I feel.
I tried to join in.
And that is the end of the first round, if believe it or not. So let's get this going. And Angels, you know who you're paired with. Douglas is paired with Ed. Stormfuse is paired with Rodrigo. Hermit is paired with Vic. And Kate is paired with Sean. When your pilot is having their go, get ready with what you want to try and get it into chat nice and early.
Okay, rule thing. Start of a new round with burn. Mechs that are burning get to make their engineering check.
They do indeed.
So,
Okay, so I thank God for engineering because technically I get a +3 for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because grit goes, right?
Okay.
great goes on everything.
I don't.
20.
So it's just a d20, right?
Yep, you
It's
just need
your
a success.
D20 and you add your engineering and your grit.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Nat
Nice.
20.
Ooh.
Yep. You remember a redundant cooling system that is thankfully not being got out of this old mech yet, and you just rip the pipe out of the side of your chassis and start spraying it all over yourself, taking out the fire. Slip, what have you got?
That's a 2.
That's a 2. Yeah, you're patting it all down, but this stuff is sticking to everything. It's napalm,
Yeah, so
effectively.
I take my 3 damage now,
Yep,
and that burn stays around.
it does. And then Red, what's yours?
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty
So
20.
Yeah, my
Absolutely.
mech My mech is. Remember, I do have 2+2 in engineering, so my mech is actually like pretty well fucking advanced on the inside.
Yeah, I'd like to think that you go to do an engineering solution and then realize that you're right at the edge of the water and just scoop it up with your blades and splash it like a whale, just straight over the top of you, dousing out all of the flames.
That
Oh
makes
my
sense as to
God.
why I failed then. I'm just in the middle of the land.
Yeah, you're nowhere near the water. Okay.
Okay.
It's confused. Would I know if the coolant the angels use is flammable or not?
Oh my-
I would say it's whatever the narrative decides it is. You'll find out when
Flammable
you roll. When you roll, the outcome will be whatever it is.
I'm sorry, flammable coolant.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Technically
I
speaking,
guess-
the coolant in a fridge is actually flammable.
I guess.
Like
It's
I like
alcohol,
the idea
right?
of like
You can
putting
use propane
something
as a
like.
coolant. So.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Fine.
Freezer burn.
Yeah.
Right. Top of the round then, I guess.
Top of the round.
It's us
Okay,
first.
so top of the round, you
Top of the
guys
round
first.
to ya.
Do you want me to go first, considering I'm the only person here who does armor-piercing damage?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, by
Take
all
one out.
means.
Alright, so... Alright, thank you, Zoom, for freezing for a little bit there, not like you caused me problems earlier. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I am going to use the Everest Initiative trait. So once per scene, I get to do one action as a quick action, as a free action, sorry. So I'm gonna make that a
So,
boost,
Is
and
that
I also...
is that your core power that you use?
No, it's initiative. It's
Oh,
the
it's initiative,
rank
okay.
trait.
Yep.
Yeah, it's once per scene, the Everest may take any quick action as a free action. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to boost, and I also have the jump jets. So I'm going to boost. Okay, which one is more of an issue? I was
All
planning
three
on
of
going.
them are full of
this
oil
one.
and trying to...
Oh, this one, by the way,
Can you
oh, sorry.
handle that one?
this one, has the exemplar's mark.
Yeah.
By the way.
True. However, I kind of want to go for the ones who are more of an issue, like probably one of these two.
Yeah.
Okay, so so I'm gonna go with my original plan. I'm gonna boost as a free action, jump, land in front of it, right? Is that okay, Simon?
Yeah,
Nothing happened?
yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, there's like a flame shield around it, which is causing some trouble. It grants them soft cover at the moment because it is between you and it. But
with my
it's not
boost,
damaging you.
can I put myself in a way that, because I'm right next to it, can I put myself in a way that the flame shield is not?
Can you get it here? If you can get yourself in the two hexes
Give me a
behind
moment.
it,
I was here. I was
Then
there,
yes.
right? So.
Mhm. And as long as you don't leave its
Yeah, I
threat, you're
guess I
fine.
can.
Yeah, in that case, with your jump jets, you basically do this huge
It's
run,
my
this
movement
huge
and my
mech
boost.
run, and then you jump jet over the top of it. I'd like to think that with your swords and all the rest of it, there's some kind of giant robot ninja shenanigans going on. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna.
Goggles is recording for the highlight reel.
I land behind it, and no, I don't land behind it. I'm gonna land on top of it, and I'm gonna start shanking the shit out of it. I'm gonna barrage.
Do
Oh
it.
my god.
No soft cover, which means I don't get to roll my magic d6s as well. So go for it.
No. Okay, so first roll with the first segment knife. That says 17 to hit.
Let's see. Yes, that hits.
Okay. Hit. So let's roll damage. Let's roll d6. 1, which means it triggers overkill, which means I take 1 heat and I roll again.
Oh shit.
Oh my fucking god.
That's a 3. So that's gonna be 2. That's gonna be 3 points of energy damage, just regular energy damage.
Okay. Energy damage. Any armor piercing quality on that?
No.
No. Your knife, even though it hits true, skitters across the armor in a frustrating manner.
Okay. Now, second of all, I'm going to hit it with a second segment knife. That's 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So second energy. So second damage roll. That's So that's another 3 points of energy damage. No
Yeah.
overkill this time.
Ding, 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 ding. Doesn't seem to be doing much to it.
And now I get to hit it with the heavy
But
charge
before
blade.
you make that roll, I've got a reaction because of my empath talent, which we've changed slightly. We've reskinned it. So
Yeah.
my computer is running like overtime, figuring out weaknesses, and it's plotted a point for you to hit that it can't reach to defend itself. You can choose if you want to just get a 10 on this roll.
I'll choose to just get a 10. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
That sounds
Wow.
fun,
I get
yeah.
to do that once an encounter.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So I get a 10. Yeah. I'm gonna roll for damage. That's gonna be 1d6 plus 3 armor piercing. That's going to be 5 points of energy damage, armor piercing.
Armor piercing, which means all of it goes through. Between striking, knowing where you need to go, and this armor piercing blade, you start carving a huge fucking swathe in the back of this thing as you're landing on top of it, crow style. It's opening up like a tin. It's opening up like a tin of beans. It's nasty.
Oh wait, why didn't my? Okay, give me a moment. I should have been an extra heat. My bad. For some reason, my overkill didn't take through.
Okay,
However, speaking of heat,
Oh boy.
Someone's gonna overcharge again.
yeah, and this time is a 1d3 heat. That's going to be a 2 heat.
Mhm.
Which, guess what? Stop doing that, ComCon. God damn it. Anyways, I'm at 8 out of 8 heat.
Okay.
Wait, I was at 3. I rolled 2. Why is it at 8? Like, ComCon is acting really weird with me.
You're on 5 heat out of it. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'll
Yeah,
write
it's
it
weird. For some reason, when I do the second overcharge through ComCon, it always treats it like I overheated. I don't know why.
Strange. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I am the danger zone. So fun
I
things
am the
start to
danger.
happen.
Yep. Here we go.
So I get to hit it again with the heavy charge blade.
You are feeling the burn. Go for it.
I am the one who knocks.
That's gonna be 8 to hit.
8 to hit is exactly its evasion. Meet it, don't beat it. The charge blade comes down for a second strike.
Okay, so first up, it's 1d6 plus 3 like always, right? So that's gonna be 7 points of damage. However, because of one of my talents, Nuclear Cavalier, I get to add another
course.
extra.
Yeah.
It's gonna take an extra d6 and 2 heat.
Always.
So that's gonna be 4. So that's gonna be 11 points of energy damage, armor piercing, and 2 heat.
So you watch as Red in Prodigal Child dashes along, jets up in the air, does this somersault mid-air with these crazy looking blades, lands on top of one of these oil skimmers, hits it with a knife, ding ding, throws them back into the holsters, pulls out the blade, shunk, starts biting a huge gouge into this thing, and then you watch as the vents around Prodigal Child just goes, and the whole mech starts to shake as with the extra amount of energy presses down further and further and further until this thing is split in half. I would like you, because of the way that you killed it, I would like you to just roll me a d6, Rodrigo.
1.
Yeah. On a 1, you can see that your blade does hit the pilot. The pilot is kind of the last thing you see is them trying to get as low down on their cockpit as possible before the energy blade just basically cooks them alive. And yeah, when the mech splits in half, there's like a chunk of long cork on each of the halves that fall down. This thing is double dead. It is gone.
The pilot, I assume, as well.
The pilot is absolutely dead. Yeah. You're not sure if the pilot in the one that you previously killed, the one that's going under the swamp, whether he's alive or not, but this one is dead.
Yeah, I have a plan to pull him out after this is done.
I mean, Red deliberately pushed him further into the mud before driving the heavy charge blade. So, make of that as you.
Yeah, but Iona is Iona, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So I carved this shit to pieces. That was brutal.
Yeah, that's insane. However, you do have Scormfuse, who is flying around. Scorm wants to try flying over the flames and jettisoning some coolant to act as a napalm run on the nearest enemy. I'm down. So I'm going to say this automatically succeeds because I love the idea, and also it has no effect. But you will find you get to find something out. So what happens is, Scorm, if we look at this mech here, you do a run and you bring coolant across so that you're using its own firebreak shield as napalm. It's an inspired move. At that point, you realize that this has the insulated trait. The pyro has immunity to its own burn. Not its own, but all burn.
Motherfucker. I just realized that I thought when I got partnered with Scormfuse, I thought it was gonna be like, they're kind of like not that similar. It's probably gonna be some friction. No, these two are more birds of a feather than I thought they were gonna be.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the next up is one of Mylon, and I'm actually going to go for this one here that got knocked back by Iona. And so when Iona pushes it back, it kind of gets up, steps forward, and looking at what's happening to the to one of its compatriots, because it did see this one die. It knows that it's got to take out at least Red. It's seeing Red as the main threat here. So
yes, you should see it.
Its shield, its firebreak shield would have disappeared, but it's going to reinitiate it at the end of its turn, and it's going to try the fire. It's going to try the burn against Slip and Red again. Sorry, Slip and Prodigal Child again. So the first one on Slip.
I'm just standing in the middle getting a load of flamethrowers.
Sorry, dude, you've been burnt again. You're up to burn 6.
Yep.
Slip.
I hope that doesn't take out a structure.
Not yet.
Oh no.
I'm on 1 HP.
Oh. And Prodigal Child. Ooh, 19.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits you as well. So again, you are now burning.
1, 2, 3.
And so 3 points of damage to you as these things are spraying. Because this thing is close to you, Iona, you can see that this at the moment is red hot. It is absolutely burning. You can see that the metal on the chassis is starting to glow bright red. It's taken a lot of heat, a hell of a lot of heat. So it's going to do that. It's got its firebreak shield. However, that's not an effect of you, Iona. It seems to be okay with you. It's keeping the shield in between itself and Red primarily. So that was number 2.
Okay.
Second turn. Red has taken their first turn. Slip, Iona, or Judge. Who's going next?
So I was gone for a split second. What happened?
So the one that's next to you, flamethrowered both Red and Goggles.
Okay, motherfucker.
It seems to be ignoring you. It seems to not care about you.
Simon, the frame for me on the stream is kind of up.
No,
to
I'm
the
on
side.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm used to telling Simon because Simon's usually who produces my boy. So yeah, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Did you want to go next, Iona?
Sorry. I
Okay.
kind of got thrown off. Yeah. So,
Okay. On deck.
as a sort of don't fuck with my friends kind of deal, I would like to use my warpike again and skirmish with it to sort of sweep the guy, off his feet, just like a shoomp, just straight to the shin, right? Yeah. So he already has the exemplar mark that does not stack. So I just have 1 accuracy from duelist.
He hasn't got soft cover because you're behind him.
Gotcha. So I have 1 accuracy, 1 grit. Okay, so I'm gonna pike the guy.
Do it.
That's a 9.
9 hits. Roll for damage.
Oh, okay, thank God.
Is your pike armor piercing?
Hold on, it's kinetic.
Okay.
No,
Right,
so
okay.
it's not armor piercing.
Okay. That's a 1.
1 point of damage. It clatters. You hit, but it clatters off the back, and you're there thinking, "Shit, these are heavy." They're slow. They're armored, and they make you burn a lot. As you can see, I'm not going to put kid gloves onto this. You guys have had 2 practice sessions. If you get taken out,
that's fair.
No, yeah, that's you warned us. You warned us.
I have an idea, Vic, by the
Yes.
way, if you don't mind.
Vic has, I think, one more
quick action.
But yeah. Hit me.
My threat range extends over up to here. Like, my knives can hit up to here, and my knives and charge blade can hit up to here, and my annihilator can hit up to here. Can you try ramming it?
Oh fuck.
I think.
Wait. When I attack it with the warpike, it has 1 knockback.
Oh yeah, it has 1 knockback.
Yeah, it still knocks it back. It just doesn't do any damage.
Yeah. So yeah, it knocks it back 1 space away from Iona.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Overwatch, remind me, it's only when they exit the threat range, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Has this exited your threat range, Iona?
Hold
on
on.
any of your weapons?
I believe it only happens when it
yes.
intentionally does
The
it.
pike has 3 threat, but my other weapons have 1. So
In that case, I think Ed, correct me if I'm wrong. I think by exiting the threat range of one of the other weapons, they get an attack.
I thought it was if it was they made that move, not
it's
not
a
back
willing
up.
move. It's a
Yeah,
willing
willing
move, not a shunt.
right,
Okay.
right.
Give me a moment. I'm gonna check that because something tells
Okay.
me that's
Well, while
not
you
the
check
case,
that-
but I will. Yeah.
While you check that, mech pilots, you hear a familiar sound, and you go, "Oh, they didn't bring that, did they?" As you hear,
Uh-oh.
boom, boom, boom,
Uh-oh.
boom, boom, boom,
Not
boom,
again.
and
Hollywood?
Hermit starts jumping along. Wow, that's an out of stream
Call out.
reference.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I used to use the whole boom boom with him.
Okay.
Didn't I? And we'll get to you in just a sec, Rodrigo, if you've got it. Fantastic. Hermit starts roaring past with this huge drum and bass pouring out of the speakers, and suddenly a module detaches from the bottom of the ship of Hermit's mech. Hermit, drop the bass.
Also, Ed, frame shenanigans again. As soon as
And
I-
it's
I just fixed it as well.
Oh no!
I dropped a beat. That's the one. So yeah, the Nightbots just said boombox created by Hermit and Scornfuse gets dropped next to. Normally you put a person on there next to the target and sends out a powerful Omninet signal at burst 5, 14 versus E defense, which I think murders the E defense on these things because. Oh god, yeah. And hit all targets. That's all enemy targets. They receive 1 heat and are impaired for their next turn. Which is a minus 1d6 on everything they do, and I think I'm right in saying that if that's the primary target, hits this one as well. So both of these are impaired for their turns, for their next turns, and they both get 1 heat, which thankfully isn't going to be too much of a problem considering who they are. That one there, so that's 2, goes to 6, and that one goes to 9.
Never thought I'd be so glad to hear that.
Okay. Sorry, that goes to 5, not 6. There we go. And Pyro 4 is deader. You watch as this crazy boombox. The second it hits the floor, there's this Michael Bay boom.
It's the fucking Inception horn.
Pretty much, yeah. You guys, thankfully, are all immune to it because you have been around this thing long enough to have put in audio and entertainment filters in your OmniNet systems. Yes, so Scorm and Hermit made this bespoke module in Session 0, which they were invited to, and this is the type of thing that the other angels can try to put together. And there's a mixture of one-shot things that you can do, which are single use, and regular use. So, you managed to impair both of these two. So that is Iona's turn, but I believe.
No, I still have a quick action left.
Okay,
yeah. So
Rodrigo was going to say something about
Overwatch. Yeah. Okay, so Overwatch. It's once per round reaction. The trigger: a hostile character starts any movement, including boost and other actions, inside one of your weapon's threat. So, the idea I had, and you can disagree with me, right? Mm-hmm. Iona, right now this dude is outside. It's inside my threat range. If you ram it one space away, I can overwatch it with a heavy charge blade.
I will do exactly that. I'm gonna throw my spear at that motherfucker.
Ram is another. You're literally going up to it and fucking tackling it because.
The spear will knock back it as well. So.
No, yeah, but you already skirmished.
You've already used the skirmish, but if you ram it, you can ram it. I think you can ram it to here, and that will trigger it.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
Okay. So
when you ram
up to the hex next to it,
you make a melee attack with the aim of knocking a target down or back. To ram, make a melee attack against an adjacent character the same size or smaller than you. On a success, your target is knocked prone, and you may choose to knock them back by one space directly away from you.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh, it was a good plan, but unfortunately fails for the dice. But other than that, yeah, good teamwork. Good attempt. So that is Iona's turn, and we've seen Hermit put a minus modifier on them all as this crazy drum and bass is overwhelming their sensors and a lot of their internal systems as well. So that's down to us now. This one has already gone, so it's down to this one up here. Its shield goes. I'm just thinking now. What do I want to do? I'm just gonna redraw the shields for a second.
By the way, while you take your turn, I'll be right back quickly.
Sure. So that's where that shield is. This one is going to. It's going to cuddle up to Slip, and it's going to attempt to spray, and I think it can get all of you here. Yes. So it's going to attempt to get these 3 here, but it does have a minus d6 to the roll.
Yeah.
So let's put minus d6. So the first is going to be Slip, -1. I don't think you have to have a problem with that.
I'm alright.
Yep. Iona. Ooh.
The -1's back.
Actually, Iona gets minus 2d6 K1 on this because she's actually in the shield now.
Oh my god!
Still an 11, but the shield's effect goes off, on a 4 or above on a D6, it doesn't happen. 2. No, it does happen. So, I'm sorry, Iona. All the dice were against you. You are now take 3 points of damage, and you are on burn 3.
Oh boy.
And then finally, Red.
Oh wow! It literally came back just in time for that. What happened?
Does a
Flamethrower.
9 hit you?
Sadly, yes.
You get another 3 points of burn,
Fuck.
bringing you up to burn 6.
Rip.
Yeah.
So I've got that Slip is on burn 6, Red is on burn 6,
And I'm in the danger zone. That's a fun combination.
and Iona is on burn 3.
Like, there's no interaction between Burn and the danger zone, but I still think it's funny that the reactor's overheating, and on top of that, I'm on fire.
There's a maniacal grin
Uh-oh.
on the Pyro's face. And you can see that the circuitry on the one that's next to Slip is fit to... not the one next to Slip, sorry, the one next to Iona is fit to burst. And he's reaching
no.
for a button. So
Brace.
that is the end of this turn. This one has already used its impaired, so the impaired's gone for this one. The one next to Iona is still impaired. By my reckoning, that's everybody apart from Slip and Judge, because I've only got 2. So it's Slip and Judge in any order.
Do you mind if I go first then?
No, you go for it. I'm okay.
Oh, it's the next round already?
No,
No,
I
okay.
just haven't had a turn yet. You
Oh, okay,
round,
okay.
yeah, because
I-
there's less of them than there is of you now, so it's just you guys.
I was
Okay,
gonna
so
try
yeah.
and go when
And,
Iona
Paul, you're on
went,
deck.
but then like stream stuff happened.
Yeah, everything
Yes.
everything collapsed.
Okay, so
Zoom is being
Just be on
fucky
fire.
today, yeah.
I
Yeah.
am going to first of all. No, I'm not going to. Yes, I am going to do this first. I'm going to first of all stabilize. Full action, stabilize.
Good idea!
I'm spending a repair to restore my HP to max, and I'm going to end all burn currently affecting my mech. That sounds.
The best thing you could have done right now. So at 1 hit point and all that burn,
Yep.
you
For
definitely
those-
needed to do that before the end of the turn. So
Again,
yeah.
for those watching, stabilize is a full action, so it's your entire go.
No, it isn't.
But you can spend one of your repairs to heal your mech up to max, or clear all heat, and then like either get rid of a status condition, all status condition, get rid of burn, or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Stabilize is really good, but it takes your entire go.
Unless I overcharge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to overcharge.
Yay! One
and-
heat.
Take 1 heat. Let's hit the overcharge button. It's just that. Cool. Yep. Take a free action to quick tech.
Ooh.
I'm going to on the one by Iona
Yeah.
invade.
Invade.
Oh,
Invade.
I love you right now.
Ooh. You're going to get me to pull out the roll core book, aren't you? Okay. Please roll for your invade.
Yes, indeed. My systems is 1, so I get a +2 to this.
Oh my god.
Your tech attack, it's you add your tech attack, and it's you're trying to hit against their E defense.
Yep. So my tech attack is +1, and my grit is +1. That's a 16 against E defense.
Yes, these things have basically running off ZX spectrums. Definitely hits. I need to look up something
First
very,
things
very
first,
quickly.
it takes 2 heat.
Yes, that's what I'm looking up. It's past its heat threshold
Yes, I know.
Oh my
by
god.
2.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to go to the font of all knowledge of overheating your mech. Rodrigo,
Hello.
what happens when you've got
Yeah.
14 heat and your heat cap is only 12?
Well, you overheat. Now, the thing is, it's different for NPCs than it is for player characters, right? If it was me, because chances are it's gonna be me, I'm gonna have to roll a d6 and see what happens, right?
Yes.
For you, I think they're exposed, which means they take double damage from all sources, except burn.
That's what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I think it heats up again. It meltdowns.
Yeah, it just booms. Yeah. Okay. In that case, I will put down, let's see, that's P2. P2 is now 14 out of 12 and double damage.
Yes.
Which means that the guns and things on even the angels start becoming lethal to this thing.
Yep.
As it comes along.
You're right, Felicia. I do know this from experience.
Oh yeah, yeah. If there's something you need to know is that Rodrigo knows about overheating your mech.
So, baby. Fucking love it.
So that was the quick tech.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the
anything
entire
else?
quick tech.
It wasn't. No,
because two heat is just the thing all quick tech does, all invades do. This one, I'm going to use my Mirage, which means that somebody becomes invisible to it. Out of Iona and Red, who's the worst off? Who's got the most burn? Who's got the most?
How much health?
I have 6 health.
I have 6 health as well.
Who's got the most burn?
I say I got 6 burn. However, I have 2 engineering.
Right. I have 3 burn. So I would say you still, needed a little bit more.
Kind of even Steven.
Yep.
Who are you applying it to, Goggles?
I'm going to apply it to Iona.
Iona.
Yeah.
Iona completely disappears
Thank you.
from the sensors of the one next to it.
Yep.
And so is that everything from you, Ed?
No, because I'm going to be doing something else, because, of course...
But wait, there's more!
I'm
Pleasure for
going
you.
to take my initiative once per scene. Everest taking a quick action as a free action.
Sure.
Get another quick action. Why not? And I'm going to do another quick tech to the one next to me.
Sure. How much
boy.
heat is this guy on?
Oh boy.
Okay, so 2 points of heat. Oh, actually, you need to do the roll first. So do the roll.
Do. 13.
Yep, definitely. Again, ZX Spectrum. So 2 heat, which brings it up to 11 out of 12.
This time, I'm not using Mirage.
Oh.
I'm using
what are you doing?
Shrike Code.
Oh, Strike Code is so good.
Until the end of the target's
What
next
the
turn,
fuck is that?
they first take 2 heat whenever they attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to take my movement to run away.
Holy shit, Ed!
This is going to be really interesting.
To run over
Strike
there.
Code on P3.
Oh my fucking god! I don't even know what that is.
I fucking love this
One
system.
of my
This
players,
is-
one of our players in the home game that I played in for a little bit with Kev. One of our players also ran Duskwing, and Strike Code was so good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call up to Douglas. If you can dump any more heat onto these, do.
Okay. Douglas, do you want to use your Bunker Buster, which I will allow?
Oh my god!
I'm going to say that if you use the Bunker Buster, it becomes your module. So that becomes your thing. Or do you want to follow what Goggles has asked for and try to burn it with your afterburns?
I've got one more question after this. Because I do everything all the time.
Yeah. Does a 20
Bunker or
hit?
burn?
Oh my god.
Loading flares? That sounds like a loading flares.
Okay, so you're gonna go for the burn. Okay, so instead of using your Bunker Buster, which I will say either way is now your custom unit. Okay, and that will I'll come up with some wording of that. You load some flares. We'll say that they're your defensive flares, and what you're going to do is you're going to fly upside down and fire, because you've got chaffs and flares on the top that normally comes out the top. If you've ever seen an A10 fire its flares and chaff, if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube and look at it. It is glorious. You turn upside down and fire your flares onto this thing, which is already covered, as we've said, in oil and things like that. But I'm going to say, even though it has immunity to burn, you're going to try and raise the heat instead. So give me an angel trigger to see if you pull off this very delicate maneuver.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
You can do it.
You'll raise the heat by 1 on a regular. 18 nearly did it by 2. However, this is 12 out of 12.
Yes.
So it actually got to it. It isn't over it, but he did it. He flips the Kestrel upside down, and flying upside down over it suddenly just sets off all of his countermeasures and starts setting fire to all of the oil around it. As he does so, the heat goes up by 1. It is now 12 out of 12 in the danger zone.
My last point of
AKA
order.
Rodrigo's house. Yes?
Did I move out of its threat range?
You bastard, you did. hang on. I might have to get beardy about this.
Okay. No.
I might have to get beardy. Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't read that. I'm going to say that it was tough enough without looking at that thing that I just read. It doesn't have any threat range.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. The default is 1.
Worth
The
try.
default-
Worth try.
Yeah, the flamethrower, because it's a cone weapon, doesn't have a threat range.
Oh, that's true.
It's only target weapons and melee weapons that have.
Well, in that case, I'm out of the way at least.
You are. Yes.
And that's my turn.
Okay, that's your turn.
That's your turn.
So that's Slip on the second. The only one left is Judge.
Ah. Okay. I'm looking at the one that's all by its lonesome. I'm like, oh well, I believe it's
Lone Ranger.
where I am.
Can I say, by the way, Lancer is delivering here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
With my held anti-material rifle, I would like to. I would like to steady my aim as a protocol, which is my crack shot thing,
Crack
which is with
shot.
+1 accuracy.
Hey.
Because I might as well, right? And then I'm gonna take a shot.
Oh, can I use my reaction to yell, "Fuck it up"?
You can indeed. Have you used it? No, I think you used your reactions then.
You get 1 reaction per turn. I haven't used my reaction at all.
No, you
Yeah,
haven't. Yep, okay, I've just
get
checked
one
it.
reaction per
you've only
turn.
got
The
one-
only
an
thing-
hour for last time, yeah.
The only thing you can do once per round is Overwatch.
Okay. Can I help by hacking shields?
Ooh.
So, Kate,
Kate, come through.
Kate, are
Yeah.
you going to become a hacker then? Because if you're a hacker, it's a higher roll.
Do it. Do it. Hack him. Do it.
Wish I could do that.
Okay. Kate is now registered as one of the hackers amongst the angels.
Hey!
Give me an angel trigger because that is now your trigger.
Yeah.
Find search history and make them cry. 12 murders his E defense. Now
Yeah.
he doesn't
Hey.
have shields per se. He has armor. But I like the idea of this. What you do, Kate, is you get his mech to pop the hood.
Exposed?
Oh my god.
Did you just make him exposed?
That's good.
No, I'm going to reduce
Okay.
the armor by 1 because it was above a 10. So he only has armor 2 now. Go for the roll,
Just.
Sean.
Just on.
And as you take aim, one of the panels goes beep boop and just opens up.
Oh, well, ain't that a hoot?
In fact, at a critical, I was about to say natural 20, at a critical, I'll say that he has no armor because you hit the bit that Kate set up.
Ooh, neat.
Also, by the way, Sean,
Yeah?
your anti-material rifle is accurate, so you're gonna get 2 accuracy on this roll.
Oh!
Yes, yeah.
So I've got
2d6K1
one from
on
crack
top of
shot. I've got one from goggles, and I've got oh my god.
Dude,
I've got
it's
three.
fine.
Nice.
3.
Is it three? It's three
Oh,
key one, right?
Is it 3 accuracy?
3K1. Yeah, 3K1.
3d6K1, yeah.
Also, crack shot makes me immobilized until the start of my next turn. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
absolutely,
can-
yeah, because you basically take a knee. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And it's
cool.
armor piercing. That anti-material rifle is armor piercing as well.
Kneel
so-
down, hold it up for a second, like look. Part of me in the cockpit's trying to like I'm actually aiming down the sight, but I'm like, it's just for show because I'm gonna mess. And then try and send it.
26, man. 26.
Oh my god.
Near maximum, one-off maximum.
one away.
This has 0 armor for this. Basically, Kate has made this port just pop up. It's a refueling port. And you line up the bead on it, and
2d6 armor piercing.
2d6,
Fucking
and it now is
incredible.
But it's a
No,
crit.
like the anti-material rifle. The anti-material rifle is armor piercing by default.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And this is
Yeah.
a crit anyway, so it's 46k2.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
All right,
If you'd
well,
like to
let me
roll
do
that
it.
again, or just roll
Oh
another
my
2 and
God.
we'll.
I'll do
we'll shoot.
46k2 because it seems more fair. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna, if I'm gonna get a critical, I'm gonna show off a bit. So I'm like, I know. And then I aim a bit to the right at the one that's on the floor, and I'm like, let's see if I can do this. And I'm gonna try and ricochet the shot. Oh, it's less now. All right, that's fine. I'll take the 8.
You know what? I'm going to give the 9. I'm going to give the 9. Okay, so the anti-material rifle was armor piercing to start with, which means that Kate's would have done nothing. What I'm going to do instead, because Kate did succeed, is I'm going to give some bonus damage. AKA,
Can you give it some burn?
It doesn't need it. This thing is fucked.
I was gonna say, yeah, do you need more than that?
This thing has turned into a Roman candle. The refueling port on this thing, the fact it's covered in oil and has got an oil tank under its right arm that it's using as the flamethrower, it was going to try to use the explosive vent next turn to turn Slip into a molten pile of slag. Thanks to this combo between Kate and Judge, it's just obliterated. Perfect teamwork, obliterating this thing.
Coming in fucking clutch.
They fucked around and they found out.
Okay. I would like a fast action from Iona. Do you have any of your triggers relating to reading a situation or reading a person?
Hold on. I think I do. I need to open another thing of CompCon. I have spot.
You have spot. I will allow that.
Okay. So,
D20 plus 2, imagine.
Yep.
Or D20, whatever you're.
13.
13. This is normally the bit where the person would normally open up their comms and surrender.
But
You can see, you're that close, you can see into the other cockpit. You're in melee range. This guy is laughing maniacally in the other mech. Oh, incidentally, the one that you shot, Judge, don't go looking for the pilot.
No, red mist.
Okay. Do y'all want me to have another go? As I reach for my pistol.
You are
Something's
immobilized,
wrong.
But if you can see this guy, then you can try for it.
Something's wrong.
So that's a no. Alright. I guess I'm just gonna give up the rest of my actions because I don't need to do anything else right now.
And you
Okay.
can't move either.
Yeah, I can't move, but there's nothing within range, so I guess I'm done.
End of the round.
You give me a moment.
Red, Goggles, and Iona need to make engineering checks.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have
give me
any
a
burn.
moment.
Oh no, you.
I
I
stabilize.
do have burn. Yeah, I do have burn.
I do have burn as well.
But I do look at my angel friend
D20
and go,
plus 3.
oh, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
That went out of my fucking tray, but that's gonna be 19 for me.
Yep. Your burn is gone, Red.
That is
Thank
a 6.
God.
Unfortunately, you take another 3 points of burn, Iona.
That's not good.
Alright, take another 3 points of damage. You're still on
does
burn
that.
3.
Yeah.
I would. It's top of the round now. You guys, one of you gets to go first before this fanatic does.
Do you want me to fuck him up before he blows himself up?
Do you think he's going to blow himself up?
He's reaching for a button.
I don't know if Red can see it, but regardless, I'm asking y'all, do you want me to take this?
Can
Found the
you
thing.
try pulling the pilot out of the cockpit? If it's exposed,
Please.
you might be able to like rip the cockpit off and pull the pilot out.
Please.
Can I try that as a grapple?
I'm gonna say if you grapple this thing on a regular success, you will only grapple the mech. On a critical success, you'll tear the pilot out.
And I think we've been set up.
He has got because he's in his own firebreak shield.
Okay.
He has got soft cover to whatever you do.
I'm just thinking.
That's probably a good.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll some d6s for the pilot that is in the mech sinking into the swamp. Don't mind me.
Sure.
Thank you.
No, he's dead.
Well,
Yep.
I'm thinking. The thing is, I don't know what I can do to rip him out of the fucking his fucking mech. The only thing I can do is carve him up.
Yeah, can you try and carefully carve the mech so he doesn't die?
Is that okay, Simon?
Carefully.
go for the
Okay.
legs.
I will say that if you wanted to do a call shot to keep the pilot alive, you'd have to suffer minus 1d6 on top of the soft cover, so it'd be 2d6k. Minus 2d6k.
I mean, the thing is, I still have my movement,
I'm sorry.
and I can just.
I'm going to use my reaction to say keep the pilot alive. You can choose
Yeah.
whether or not to use that, but you will get a d6 on that.
Yeah.
Which,
I'll choose to
which
keep
means
that.
it only becomes a minus 1d6.
Also, I can just move here.
Yeah.
So-
He's in his shield. So. Actually, if you're gonna move, I'll say that you could move in a place where it's advantageous to this. Go on. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow
Okay.
it to straight roll.
So, all right.
I
So,
fucked with you guys enough for today. I'm satisfied.
So that's gonna be barrage, starting with the heavy charge
My
blade first.
player's T is jar is quite cool. I'm quite happy.
Okay, so I'm gonna get an accuracy then for Goggles order, right?
Yes.
That's a 22.
22. You guys watch as actually, I am gonna say it. How do you do this?
Hey.
Set the
so-
thing!
Set the thing, and now
Set the
critical
I said it
critical
wrong as
rolls. Critical Role's lawyers are gonna send upon us.
I said it wrong, and I'm not playing D&D. Sorry. Sorry, Matt.
I'm still just gonna roll for damage just because CompCon wants a damage thing. So, 4 and 5. 5 and 1, so it's 4 and 5. So that's gonna be 8 8 energy damage plus 4 bonus damage. So that's gonna be 12 armor piercing damage. Sorry, I just wanted to fill. Wanted to fill the thing in.
How would you take this pilot out? I mean, I'm looking more for your MO and the narrative here as we're.
Okay, so
ramping
what's the how does the mech look like? He has the cockpit open, right?
up. The cockpit for this one isn't open. No. Because the one that Kate opened up the hood on is
Okay.
Dead.
I'm
is already
gonna
dead. So this is regular one.
I'm gonna cut it in half, like through the midsection, to keep the where the pilot sits alive, but I'm gonna cut it up from the rest of the mech.
So you literally just cut
What?
the cockpit out.
What
No.
in the Neon
No.
Genesis Evangelion?
No, not that. No, Red is not graceful in combat. She's just gonna like take a swing and cut it in half cleanly.
Okay.
Right.
And you're going to be there holding the half.
Yeah.
It was originally a grapple. You're holding the half that has the pilot in.
I'm gonna grab it, sink the thing in, twist it to cut it in half. The rest of the mech falls to the ground, and I'm still holding the top half.
Okay. Iona, because you're face to face with the cockpit, even though the cockpit is now being held off the floor and being held up by Red, you can see that the pilot is smashing the button like you wouldn't believe and screaming at the top of his lungs.
I am going to
There's
turn
a little pipe coming out of the bottom end of it going pss, 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 You have a feeling that this is some sort of pneumatic thing connected to something that he wants to go on, and it ain't happening.
So I'm gonna turn my comms off, like external comms off. On,
Oh,
sorry.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Red's gonna say, you put me in a very bad mood, so I suggest you cooperate with us if you want to keep all your bones intact.
This guy's frothing at the mouth and smashing the button with his fist that is now bloodied. The comms don't actually go on. He doesn't actually switch the comms on to reply to you.
Are we out of initiative?
We are.
I'm
We're
going
wrap
to.
up because we have 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over and try and hack the cockpit open and apply a corrective, a healing thing.
Okay. A corrective to the
Maybe
pilots, yeah?
counteract whatever if it is induced by something else rather than just further. Try and like.
Do you have any medical-based roles? If not, you can use Hermit.
I do
Please.
not. I've just got the
Hermit.
corrective, so yeah. If Hermit wants to come down and help us.
Yeah,
would be
I
great.
would like to call him down.
Cool.
Please.
Okay, so yeah, Iona calls Hermit.
I wanna
Now
call-
that the combat is safe, Hermit's Kestrel flies down as an aircraft and then spins in midair. And yes, I'm going to take the sound effects, which I'm sure Ed will try to find one because he's like that.
I've got plenty.
You get the as it turns into this little mech, and going up to the cockpit, hands either side of the cockpit. Hermit's kind of looking in, using the robotic head of the mech. Hermit, do me a angel trigger, please.
I'm also gonna call it, hey, Scornfuse, can I please have you run some maintenance on the reactor?
Hermit, you succeed, and yes, Scorn can come down on the reactor. The reactor is
I want to
getting
imagine
really
that. I want to imagine that Red already initiated cooling protocols on
Yeah.
the Everest before coming out and seeing what the hell.
Yes, Hermit, you have seen this before. You haven't seen it this bad before, but you have seen it before. There is a type of puffball mushroom that is in this swamp that induces a PCP-type frenzy. You've never seen it this bad before, though. You can see that the veins are bulging in the guy's neck and in his head. That kind of roomy colors on the eyes. This guy's in total frenzy right now, and because you are a medic, I'm going to say that you do have an anesthetic that you could probably apply to this guy to knock him the fuck out. It won't take much, being that he's only got half a mech and you guys have got full mechs, for you to grapple the guy between thumb and forefinger of one of the mechs, and as the chest plate of Hermit opens up, Hermit jumps out with his medical kit, runs straight up, and just very directly slams what it looks like a stim pack, I guess, into this guy, and he just goes, ah, 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 ah.
Is he knocked out or is he just calmed down?
He's got 1,000 yards there. He's not unconscious, but he's got 1,000 yards.
Okay, so Red is gonna be like, let's keep this civil, shall we? You caused quite a bit of damage to my friends, and therefore I am I'm quite angry. So I suggest you cooperate with us, or you're going to wish you were below the mud.
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh no.
Right. What I think my friend is saying is you've just spent the better part of 5 minutes throwing all you can at us.
He points at one of the burning mechs, the one that's burning like a Roman candle. Alan!
Yeah, Alan tried to kill us all, like you did. Is there any reason behind it? Oh no, he's gonna start crying.
The guy seems beside himself and seems really confused.
Do you not remember anything?
we were told to come and to come and arrest you.
Well, you did quite a bit more than the rest.
He can see
So I
the oil
suggest
and
you-
the flames all over the place, and he's looking at it, not recognizing it.
Yeah, that was all you. So I suggest you start talking.
Iona's just gonna sort of just. All right.
There is a glare in like Red's eyes.
Iona immediately just like they were gonna say something, you know, just like,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get any information from this gentleman as he is understandably distraught. I don't suggest you keep threatening him, please.
They said arrest you and bring you back so that we could throw you off the bleeding planet because you were causing all those problems and
You tried to.
Well, hang on there
Use-
now.
Storm. I'm gonna get on comms with Storm.
They gave us some energy drinks and told us to get to
Okay.
They gave you energy drinks.
Yeah, they gave us so that we would be able to, the usual stuff that we have
Do
for
you
long
still
shifts.
have? Do you still have some on you?
He looks at the cockpit but doesn't answer you.
I'm in the background. When he was going to start crying, I just left. I've been going through the computers or remaining computers of these mechs that are burning on the ground to try and find, like, orders, whatever recordings they had, what cargo they have. Have I had any luck?
Give me, and this will be the last roll of the night. We'll pick this up at the beginning of the next session.
By the way, Scornfuse, I was gonna do something, but it was superseded by what Ed did, so never mind.
Okay. We can pick up all of that and do the rest of the aftermath of this next session. But go on. We'll have a last roll from Ed. Give me an investigate. Is what it would be.
An investigate. Okay. That's a 10. Just a success.
Just succeeds. You look through and no orders. The telemetry that you get seems to be that they are from a nearby town. Just a shitty little place, just another silo that sells oil. Nothing that kind of gives you any reason to believe that you should investigate it, anything like that. You know that your primary mission is to get to Silver Ridge to defend them. Weirdly, doesn't look like an operation at all. In fact, this looks like the inside of just another working man's mech.
Okay. Once once Goggles is done with the computers, I'm gonna ask, you done?
Yeah, there's not much really in this, honestly. I was expecting some grand conspiracy that I could unravel from here, but nope. No luck.
Well, we still have
Iona's
what we
just-
found at the dig site, so do bear that in mind. Shall we
And I was
keep
just gonna turn
moving?
to the guy and just like, I believe you're as much as a victim as we are. And I think you we should be more picky about who you trust.
But they were,
I'm sorry it had to come to this.
and he just rambles off, going, "But the Crucible, they've always brought us food, medicine," and he starts rambling after a while. Nothing really much comes out of it, other than, he accepted a drink from the Crucible. That's about the only thing that you get. So I'm going to quickly wrap up. Hermit, you find one of the energy drinks. We'll roll for it. I'm just writing it down now. So, Hermit, energy drink. Scornfuse, give me an angel trigger quickly. And yeah, I will allow one of you guys to do a repair without using a repair.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, you focus on one of them, Scumfuse. You can choose who it is.
Well,
Actually,
actually,
you are Red's psychic. So Red, would you like to take this?
before I say yes, how is everyone else doing in health? Because I know Slip was pretty bad, although they did use a
Oh yeah, I'm at full.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just
Slip used
reloading.
I have
Iona.
3 health that I'm about to repair, so it's fine.
Okay.
I say give it to Iona.
No,
I
I'm at 3 burn, and you're at what, 6?
no, yeah, but like if we're at rest, then I think
if you're at rest, yeah, the burn's gone now because you would have stabilized because you're out of
Right.
combat. Yeah, so yeah, you.
How much
forget
health do
your
you
burn
have?
3.
Okay, so yeah, give it to Iona. I have
Okay.
6 health. I'm
Okay,
fine.
Iona get a free repair. And Douglas, very quickly, a angel trigger from you as well, please. Oh, it's confused. Already said it was focused on Iona first anyway.
Yeah, that's
yep.
a good idea.
And yeah, so a quick one from Douglas, and then we are going to go straight into a raid. 10 on the nose. You managed to pull together enough of the unburnt oil to make a single napalm bomb.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
This will work like a napalm strip. I'm going to say it's going to be a 5 hex strip, and it will work in the same way as the flamethrower weapon.
Oh no.
I get a little bit Genghis Khan.
I really want to play the World Killer.
Jesus Christ.
So, it has reached 11 o'clock, and I'm hoping that you guys have enjoyed yourself in chat. Thank
This
you
was
very much for being so active in chat, for role-playing, discussing things with each other, and bringing imagination into the game as well. We do have the thing to fall back on. You've got the spiker cannons on your Kestrels, but this has been fantastic. Thank you to our players as well for their story today. And as always, I'm Simon, your GM, and it's my honor to be so. We are going to go into a quick raid, but have a fantastic rest of the evening. What little of it is left. And we will see you tomorrow for the continuing saga of Numenera Odyssey, GM'd by Ed. Good luck, everybody, and good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.